And ayan, so we're now on day 4 of Dota 2. How exciting is this? Kinakabahan na ako para sa mga intense na matches natin ngayon. And here joining me are two of our very handsome casters, Wolf and General Tuna. How are you guys feeling about it today?
Feeling great naman siguro, and sobrang exciting nga nung matches natin today. First match, we're gonna have Signal Ultra Warriors up against the STIE Olympians. It's gonna be a grudge match. It's Nando up against his former teammates. It's sobrang nakaka-exciting na yung bago at saka yung luma no maglalaban. And it's a very that's a spectacle to see today.
That's true. Would you like to take it on? Can I just get your energy level for today? How are you feeling about the matches?
Yeah. Woo! No, you know what? I'm so excited. Sobrang excited ko yata ay na nasira yata yung connections dito because of my excitement. But yeah, I'm so happy that we get to see somebody put it up against the Signal Ultra Warriors. I thought that yung first series ng Signal Ultra Warriors may hirapan sila. And then the second one, yun. But this time, I think it's gonna be a challenge today for Signal Ultra Warriors.
Right, so guys, let's do a quick recap lang sa game natin day 3 because for the first game natin, it was a 2-0 in favor of Signal Ultra Warriors against Bren ePro. So as you all know, Signal Ultra Warriors played around the draft, hindi yung usual playstyle nila, tapos nagsistruggle si Bren because of the unpredictable draft pick. So I think that's a strategy in itself. I have to ask you, General Tuna, how can Bren ePro still catch up to the rest of the teams?
I think pretty much simple naman siguro just review yung mga previous matches nila, look kung saan sila nagkamali, tignan nila kung ano yung saan yung lapses nila, or like learn from the other teams kung how they play their draft, how they play their lineup, and then the execution as well is number one din na priority para sa Bren ePro.
Yes.
If you're talking about points, I guess ang talagang kailangan nila gawin ngayon is start slowly. Kung nahihirapan sila makakuha ng mga 2-0, 2 wins against their opponents, maybe start with winning, taking one game away from their opponents pa isa-isa, start from there, and then move on with the momentum, hopefully, sa kanilang team. This is really difficult para sa Bren ePro. Napakadaling sabihin from our part na ganito na lang, just take games away, just trade or whatever, but it's gonna be starting from them talaga na kailangan nila mag-gain na momentum to ride onto that kind of momentum if ever.
That's true. But I think it's a progressive way naman for women empowerment, especially in the esports industry, to have an all-women team dito for Bren Esports. And we really wish them all the best. And let's talk about Game 2. Kasi 1-1 si STIE Olympians versus Happy Feet Emperor. Now, nakita natin na si SEO, they're working on their offlanes, one-trick pony for the Nando show. So, moving forward, makita ba natin yung mga mid-lane and off-lane emphasis nila, nagle-level up yung mga players against HFE ngayon? General Tuna, what are your thoughts?
Yun na nga kasi lagi namin pinapoint out, diba, na you should not be a one-trick pony.
Yes.
It's not bad to be a one-trick pony kasi that's the only thing you can do. Pero, aside from that, diba, you have a strat prepared kung alam nyong prepared din yung kalaban na kontra hindi yung Nando show, meron silang backup plan, diba? You have backup plan and then a backup plan behind the backup plan, which is has worked well for SEO yesterday.
Ayun, same question to you, Wolf. What do you think? Are they going to have the same kind of consistency against HFE ngayon? Prediction mo?
Yes, that's true. Kasi parang nakita natin na development of this team, knowing na naglalaro rin sila outside of national, so alam na mga teams kung paano sila mag-operate, kumbaga as a team. And I think that their adjustments needed to be there, and I feel na ganun yata yung gustong trick dito ng STI. They will put in something new na makakagulat dun sa mga teams na makakatapat din nila.
So with that, we're gonna be moving on towards, of course, your different inputs and thoughts sa ating match schedule ngayon. First game will be Signal Ultra Warriors versus STIE Olympians, and the second game will be Happy Feet Emperors versus Lost Auto Group Playbook Esports Eagles. Now let's talk about the first match natin kasi Signal Ultra Warriors is on a roll, di ba? Nagdo-dominate sila against Bren Esports yesterday. Can they keep their momentum ngayon? Let's start with General Tuna.
Okay, momentum-wise, I guess yes. Kasi nga, again, Signal Ultra Warriors, they're one of the most very consistent teams, not just in the nationals, but in the Southeast Asian region as well. But I guess it's not gonna be an easy path for them to take a 2-0.
Yes.
Kasi it's STIE Olympians. Nando played for them before. And kumbaga yung Nando show nasa Signal Ultra, no, dati. But given that they know how Nando plays, they know how Nando moves around the map, probably meron din silang pangontra doon kasi alam na nila kilala na nila to si Nando eh. But STE Olympians, malay natin, di ba? They would pull something up their sleeve na, joke lang, hindi kami magnanando show today, di ba? So yun, nakaka-exciting na yung match ngayon.
Very unpredictable. You know, I want to ask you, Wolf, can Nando and the whole entire crew, can they hold on and take the win against CUW? Do you have any predictions for the matches ngayon?
Yeah. You know what? I kind of want it na maging 1-1. The team with all of the 1-1s is there. So, I think that if you're gonna ask me sino yung team na pwedeng makatalo sa Signal Ultra Warriors, STI is one of those teams that can really put a dent dun sa record ng CUW.
Right.
So that's what I'm expecting today. Actually, my own prediction is a 1-1 in this first series.
Oh. Wow, that's fair. That's fair. Moving on naman sa second game, alam naman natin na it's the Happy Feet Emperors playing with sa kanilang sub, si Samael. It was 1-1 against SEO kahapon. And LPE na naman is still on a perfect record. So they're pretty much, at par with each other. So can LPE keep the record or will HFE take the game off of them? Let's try General Tuna, ikaw. What do you think predictions mo sa match ngayon?
It's all gonna boil down to how much these teams prepared for each other. Like we got Samael, he's coach subbing in right now, and kung ano man yung strategy na prepare nila against LPE. LPE is a fairly new team. Wala silang record sa Dota Buff, wala silang record sa Wikipedia, wala silang record everywhere. You don't know how this team plays. Pero yung HFE, alam na ng LPE yun eh. May napapanood yung LPE, alam nila paano maglaro itong mga taong to. Alam nila, like, they could get something from Vice Esports playbook. And kumbaga, from there, di ba, gagawa nila ng strat.
Yes.
And siguro gugulatin din nila dito yung mga viewers and of course, itong HFE with their strats na na-prepare.
That's true. The fact that they're new will either make them or break them. So, Wolf, what do you think? LPE or HFE? What's your prediction?
I don't know. I completely agree with General Tuna here. I think yung fact na bago nga yung LP, it's a factor na pwede mong gamitin to your advantage. However, I've seen Happy Feet Emperors yesterday outside of the nationals after nung 1-1 nila na series. They went in and won against top teams in the Filipino scene. So, very scary talaga yung momentum ngayon ng Happy Feet Emperors. I think that this could be really a close series between two of the teams.
Speaking of close, alam naman natin guys na of course our top teams natin ngayon sa league is CUW and LPE. Sila yung current leaders natin. Pero anong tanaw nyo? Are there gonna be any other teams that will challenge the top position in the group so far right now in the league? Let's start with General Tuna muna.
I'm not like a challenge, yes, but I'm not expecting or putting all my hopes that a team would beat Signal Ultra or LPE. Pero ang alam ko lang, I think these two teams, Signal Ultra and LPE, doon natin malalaman they might cancel each other out, Malay mo, matu-2-0 ng Signal Ultra and LPE. As I've seen right now sa mga teams sa nationals, feeling ko itong dalawa lang talaga nito yung magbabakbakan.
At ito naman, last question, same question to you. Wolf, ano yung masabi mo about, challenging the top position sa mga groups?
I think that it's weird enough pangit yung start ng HFA dito sa nationals, but I think that when we look at them, their momentum outside of the nationals, and if they feed on that, kahit meron silang bagong player which is a veteran sa mile, I think that if they utilize it perfectly well, kaya nilang maging dark horses or contenders even in the nationals.
Wow, dark horse, mga underdogs yung HFE. Well, they're gonna be playing their match today, so I'm very excited to see what we have in store. So, with that, I will leave you all in the capable hands of our casters, Boss Wolf and General Tuna, kasi alam kong na-excite na kayong lahat. And we're now on day 4 of Dota 2, only here in the Nationals Season 2.
And speaking of heroes, eto na yung draft natin. Makikita ba natin etong maggulang factor ni JMC? Or they're gonna play a very traditional type of way that kilalang-kilala natin how Signal Ultra place. At makita natin, Vengeful Spirit will be banned on the side of STIE Olympians. We got the Bloodseeker then on Signal Ultra Warriors. So, speaking of draft, what are you expecting dito?
Alright, I think yun, naban na. I was gonna say yung Magnus ay hindi talaga makakalagpas dito sa pares sa teams. Now, STIE Olympians, they're doing something good here. Binan nila yung Vengeful Spirit. Eto, kung alam mo yung weird na parang yung Signal Ultra War so far dun sa mga draft nila, puro iba-iba pero merong isang bagay na parang laging nandun, which is the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah.
Ngayon, yung STIE Olympians, sabi nila, let's ban this. Kahit naman hindi, kung isipin, Vengeful Spirit is not a worthy ban, first ban worthy, right?
Yeah.
Na hero, pero they are respecting the fact na Signal Ultra Warriors isa to sa mga cornerstone na mga strategies na niraran ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
And I guess if my hunch is right, they might ban a Drow Ranger para dito sa STIE Olympians. Kasi nakita natin kahapon against Happy Feet Emperors, they ran with the Drow and Vengeful Spirit strat na kinontra nga yung Nando show nung game 1. And if, kumbaga, precautionary measures lang na para hindi sila magamitan ng early type of strat, you know?
Yeah. I look at this, sobrang instant nung pagkuha dun sa Snapfire ng Signal Ultra Warriors. Because they know na na-open, automatic pick natin to. And it can also fit in any composition. Kahit pa may Faceless Void dito yung STIE Olympians, I think okay pa rin yung Signal Ultra Warriors just because of the kit na meron yung Snapfire dito. It's an open pick din.
Yeah. And do you think deny pick tong Snapfire in a way? Kasi Faceless Void and Snapfire, we all know it works well together. And kumbaga Snapfire, pag alam mong may Snapfire yung kalaban, parang baka mag-Faceless Void tong kabila, di ba? Yeah. Nakakatakot din yun.
Yeah. 100%. Wow. Venomancer. Yeah. Okay, I like the fact that na-point out pa rin na kinuha agad yung Faceless Void dito na STIE Olympians. Ayaw mo nang ibigay yan sa Signal Ultra Warriors. Also, I love the Venomancer against Faceless Void kasi sa laning stage, ang maganda sa Faceless Void is meron siyang time walk. Time walk, unfortunately, is only good dun sa mga burst or mga small bursts, di ba? Pag damage over time, dun magsastruggle ng Faceless Void kasi hindi niya pwedeng i-time walk yun. So, that is a good Venomancer pick. However, nice answer from STI.
Oracle. Yeah. And sustain potential on the side of STIE Olympians, they have a save already with the Oracle. At pero siguro ito, Faceless Void, the early pick Faceless Void, palagay mo ba kaya ba nilang protektahan to around, like they will play a draft around the Faceless Void dahil nga first pick?
Yeah, 100% sure. Kasi napansin ko rin sa mga teams natin, they love playing this Faceless Void at they love it so much na alam na nila yung mga kabisado na yung hero. Like, teams to play against it, teams know how to play around it. So, dito natin sa Faceless Void, for sure makakita tayo ng big teamfight ultimates from STIE Olympians or another ultimate naman na pwede siyang reliever, kumbaga. Kunwari may Pangolier nga na meron siyang Rolling Thunder just to compensate for those times na wala kang Faceless Void ultimate para yung uptime mo nandun pa rin.
Yeah. But let's see here, STIE Olympians third ban. And nakaka-excite din dito like the anticipation ng Signal Ultra Warriors waiting for that Abat hero, kung paano nila to lalabanan. Will they fight fire with fire? Faceless Void versus some late game hero din na pwedeng pumalag like a Troll Warlord maybe. You know, kumbaga it keeps me pumped up din dito sa matchup na to. And the more this draft goes, the more this draft takes, the longer it takes, parang the more din ako na kumbaga leaning towards hindi ako makapili no sino.
Yeah, that's
Respect.
right.
Alright.
Let's see. Oh, I like the focus on the mid heroes dito para sa STIE Olympians. Queen of Pain, isa sa mga hero na gamit yan ng STIE Olympians. Also, very masterful.
And yeah, just like that. Kasi gamay na rin to eh. Any mid lane hero, gamay na gamay din dito ng STIE Olympians. Yeah. And of course, James rin nakakagamit din naman ng Queen of Pain. Diba, why not just ban it all throughout? Kasi any mid lane hero knows, mid lane player knows how to use a Queen of Pain. But the Beastmaster ban on the side of STIE Olympians just to counter out siguro na hindi magkaroon ng instant lockdown dito etong Signal Ultra Warriors. And for now, aantayin natin Signal Ultra Warriors onto their 5th ban, which is a quick response with a Bat Rider here. Isa rin sa mga heroes na may instant catch with the lasso. So, Batrider, Beastmaster, maybe same yung kanilang mechanic pagdating sa ulti. Although Beastmaster nga, mas mabilis nga makakapag-push dito. And we're just waiting here kung ano rin yung magiging sagot ng STIE Olympians. Oh, a Morphling! So makikita natin na Spec Morphling, baga leaning towards mga heroes na possible na gagamitin dito ni Abat against STIE Olympians, but a Rubik pick. Now, napakagandang pick up from STIE Olympians.
Alright.
You got, I guess you're back. Alright.
Oh man, no, I love that you talked about yung Rubik. Ang gandang heads up din ito na pick para sa STIE Olympians. Kasi if kukuha ka, 'di ba, ng Faceless Void, normally i-prepare mo to sa mga heroes na magaganda rin yung team fight capabilities. So that means na yung Rubik ay parang denial din na pick para sa STI kasi parang pwede nga din ang pang-knockout. Then
and a lot like Venomancer ulti, Snapper ulti, Slardar, meron din siya maaagaw sa Slardar, di ba?
Yeah.
Kaya pwede na lang gamitin against Signal Ultra Warriors kung ano man yung strength na pwede i-provide nito mga heroes na to.
Yep.
STIE Olympians.
Natuwa lang din ako kasi parang sabi ng STIE Olympians dito, okay, di natin makukuha yung Void plus Snapfire, pero may Rubik tayo. So pwede naman din niya nakawin yung Mortimers. Yeah,
it makes sense, pare. It makes sense. I agree with you on that.
Alright. I think ang Signal Ultra Warriors, ang STI Olympians, medyo kailangan silang maging concerned dito sa potential IO pick ng Signal Ultra. I think I saw this yesterday, an IO plus Lardar na naging malakas din. One thing na kailangan i-watch out. Also, it could be played as carry. I'm sure Abat can play it.
Ang dami kasi ito nga, 'di ba? Tulad ng sinabi natin kanina, pinag-usapan natin, Signal Ultra Warriors can just run any lineup, any draft. They can make it work because the veteran factor nga ng mga players nila dito, kumbaga sa sobrang tagal na nila sa industry or sa scene, alam na nila paano laruin yung mga heroes na to. STIE Olympians with the Tide Hunter. Okay.
I like it a lot. Okay, so meron ka staying power at least at meron ka ng pipe carrier ngayon para sa STIE Olympians laban sa Signal Ultra Warriors. I felt na okay din naman siya potentially against yung parang additional nga na team fight tool ng STIE Olympians. Imagine meron ka ng Chrono, meron kang Ravage. Could be good. Also, this nag-make sense na ngayon talaga sa akin yung Rubik pick dito ng STI Olympians. Kasi it's their way namang deny pick talaga laban sa Signal Ultra so that they will not get it. I like it. Yeah. It's smart.
And I agree with you on that, no? Tulad na sinabi mo, Rubik. Kasi pag nag-pick ng Rubik yung kalaban, parang magdadalawang isip ka rin eh. Pipick pa ba tayo ulit ng hero na alam mo may game-changing ult, di ba? Like a Tide Hunter or game-changing ult like an Enigma. Di ba? Sobrang nakakatakot na yun. Or an Earthshaker or a Pangolier. Kumbaga, the dilemma will be there. Are we confident enough to pick this na hindi maagaw ng Rubik yung ulti? Or wag na lang, no? At wag bigyan yung chance na yung Rubik yung magiging bida dito.
Yeah. Tapos ngayon, parang yung Oracle, hindi na lang siya simple na pick for me. It now adds a little bit for flavor. Ricky pick from Signal Ultra Warriors.
Wait, Ricky Abat? It could be. Yeah.
Imagine, man, this corrosive haze is gonna be maximum up there. I guess yung Tide Hunter lang yung hindi gan ka worried about this. Nasasaktan. But imagine Rubik receiving yung initiation from Stardar and Ricky. They're gonna melt.
True. And again, Signal Ultra Warriors, hindi pa natin alam kung paano nila lalaroin etong draft na to. But for STIE Olympic, we all know it's set in stone. Faceless Void would be a carry. Pero if dito assumption natin Faceless Void carry, 4-5 Oracle Rubik, at 3 Tide Hunter, and all they need is a mid lane para dito kay Cox.
There's the Conka. Nice ban from Signal Ultra Warriors kasi talagang melee based yung parang abante dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors and facing up against Conka is great. Also, maganda yung ROM laban sa Venomancer in many ways. And you don't want that. I mean, Tide Hunter and Conka, kahit pa sa lore ay magkaaway sila, they go well with each other together. So, could be good.
Antayin na lang din natin dito. Ay Mars ban on the side of STIE Olympians. And para sa side ng Signal Ultra, dami kasi pwedeng gumamit ng gumamit ng Mars eh. Kaya,
Kahapon nag-support Mars yan, position 5 Mars. So
Yeah.
you never really know with Signal Ultra Warriors.
Yeah, they can use it on offlane, they can use it on mid lane. Either way, kasi pag pinik ng Signal Ultra yung Mars dito, up to the last pick, diba? Hindi nila alam kung paano maglalaro yung Signal Ultra.
That's right. Okay, so a ban. Madami pa namang oras yung Signal Ultra Warriors. I think they're looking for another ban sa isang mid laner. Actually, something like along the lines of Storm Viper. Pwede nga sila magban ng mga early game heroes dito. Like Viper, I'm thinking about as well as Queen of Pain is already by Void Spirit siguro. Kailangan iban dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
And I guess kasi kung gusto mo, 'di ba, your draft would call for mobility. Isa rin 'yun. Void Spirit pwede mong i-pick. Pero palagay mo kaya dito, ano yung magiging matchup on the mid lane? Yun din yung gusto ko malaman eh. Gusto ko makita agad yung last pick.
Timber. Okay. So, if that is a Timber Saw ban, SEO Olympians are actually so good with Timber Saw in the previous one. Parang heads up na, I think nag-mid Timber Saw rin sila before. So that's also scary.
10 seconds.
Okay, so if you're asking me a matchup, I think somewhere along the lines of Void Spirit versus Ember. Parang ganun. Or for Signal Ultra Warriors, naghanap sila ngayon ng isang tempo control. Nice TA ba na? Yun pala. Something like along the lines of Templar Assassin in the mid lane.
At isa rin, Templar Assassin kasi sobrang bilis niya rin talaga makapag-online eh. Like yung ceiling niya mas mabilis yang ma-hit. Like around mid lane, meron na tong I guess a Desolator, Blink Dagger, BKB.
DK.
No, but DK adds to the tankiness here sa lineup ng Signal Ultra. And it's been a while since nakita ko ng DK game ha. Nakakast ako ng DK game.
So, man, even I wouldn't have guessed na Dragonite yung Signal Ultra Warriors dito. Pero knowing them, their team can play anything.
Yeah, if there's a team that could run this kind of draft, I guess it's Signal Ultra Warriors most likely.
Ang tanong is, ano yung magiging lane configuration dito? Where will you put the DK? The last time I've casted a DK, off lane siya. And alam natin, Snapfire can be played mid. So yun ba yung magiging matchup dito? Signal Ultra Warriors are still playing with fire.
Invoker.
Okay.
Fox Invoker.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Ricky Abat, James DK. DK versus Invoker matchup muna tayo, paring Wolf.
Okay.
Palagay mo?
Absolutely gonna be favoring Dragonite. Yun nga lang is, come the late game, obviously you won't want the Invoker in combination kasi. Parang, sige, 1v1 matchup, DK ang papaboran mo just because of the fact na makakapag-push siya afterwards. But in the grand scheme of things, I think pag na-combo na STE Olympians like Chrono, Sunstrike, or Ravage Sunstrike, makakapag-farm si Invoker more than the DK can do. Kasi yung DK, dependent siya sa pag-farm din ng lanes, tapos magpupush. Sometimes makapag-ancient siya, pero rarely, syempre mas mabilis pa rin yung farming speed ng Invoker na nakakapag-team fights. So, talking about matchup, I think that it's more about what they use dun sa early advantage na meron sila. So, DK absolutely gonna be able to push here. Yung nakatakot kasi Snapfire, how can you defend against Snapfire, Veno, DK? Yun yung scary dun eh.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Dun sa DK, yun nga, nakakapag-push yung DK, but then on the grander scheme of things, diba, Invoker, tulad din ang sinabi mo, na pag may Chrono, pag nakuha ng Invoker yung Cataclysm, it will spell disaster para sa side ng Signal Ultra. And then hindi lang din kasi sa Chronosphere umaasa dito yung STIE Olympians eh. They do still have the Ravage.
Exactly.
Ito lang din, pagdating sa team fight, diba? Like in prolonged team fights, who do you think has the edge here?
Oh, definitely the side of SEO. I think, imagine this, parang when the first round of BKBs are spent, sabihin na natin nakapag-ravage na itong Olympians, they can still go for the Faceless Void ultimate. Meron ka pang initiation from the Invoker. And all I'm trying to say is there's a lot of things na pwedeng gamitin ng SEO to their advantage if ever nga may long-drawn team fights.
And
so, yeah.
Okay, so the tools nandun na talaga sa STIE Olympians. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, this tournament is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Na nakita na natin yung draft and the game is on. At lagi nilang sinasabi, 20% ng game nasa draft pero nasa execution yung 80. And right now,
Yeah.
to whom would you give that 20%?
Ito kasi yung that's scary. With Signal Ultra Warriors, they might not be the most skilled players. So parang may makikita ko, I mean, Cox is rising. Is he better than James Dean? We'll never know until mag 1v1 sila, diba? So ang scary dito sa Signal Ultra Warriors is that they are so consistent. Kahit i-tilt mo yan, diba? Makakapag-comeback sila. It's very hard to tilt Signal Ultra Warriors para maging magulo sila. Whereas, if you compare that to SEO, we know na polarizing kasi as well as other players na bago pa rin sa scene. They might be overwhelmed when it comes to the mental battle. And for SEO, I think that's one thing that they need to work on against Signal Ultra.
And eto na nga tayo mga kaibigan. Now, checking you up with these teams. Signal Ultra, JMC playing Dragonite, Grims on that Snapfire, Ares, Venomancer, Abat dito sa kanyang Riki, and of course Van playing that Slardar.
Yeah. And of course, on the SEO side, SEO Olympians have Ron on the Oracle. You have Drick on the Rubik, BHM on the Tidehunter na offlane natin. Nando in the Faces Void and Cox, Invoker. Impressive na nakita natin si Cox dito. I will see if he can deliver in this game.
And lagi kasi natin nakikita, we got Cox playing a fairly passive mid laner with the, last time nakita ko siya, ano tawag dito, Void Spirit na magic build, and then he gave way para dito kay Nando last time playing Slark. So, kumbaga dito, pwedeng bumuhat yung Invoker, pwede rin bumuhat dito yung Faceless Void, di ba? So, kumbaga, baka natuto na sila na will this be a Nando show? We might not know. Sobrang remains to be seen etong remainder of this game and number 1.
I wanna say, hindi ko pala din masyado natakal kanina. Tidehunters gonna have a good time. Ang daming mga melee-based heroes dito mula sa Signal Ultra Warriors. And knowing that, this Anchor Smash will be great. Feeling ko, ang fact na nga lang ng Venomancer ay hindi rin nila kayang itapat sa Tidehunter. This Tide will have a wonderful early game for himself. Nasa sa kanya na lang yan. Kung ma-outplay siya, nila Abat onto the bottom lane. But generally speaking, I would love the odds for the Tidehunter.
Okay. But eto, speaking of rotations din, nakita na Ron agad nandito sa may gitna. Probably wants to take that courier dito ni Jamesy on the mid lane, waiting for that snipe over there. But eto, rotations nung mga supports ng magkabilang team.
Okay. It makes me wonder kasi top lane, it's nilagyan na yung Oracle. Because I think that you'll never really want your Faceless Void alone dito sa may top lane. Napakahirap na sitwasyon yan. It's Venos, Lardar. So, ang sinabi dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors is, let's trade off. Sige, hindi ganun kaganda yung bottom lane against Tide, pero gagawin namin impyerno itong top lane para sa Faceless Void mo.
True. And kumbaga it's like a balance, no, give and take. If you compromise one lane, you have to make sure na lamang ka dun sa kabilang lane. It's like you don't want to be on the receiving end of that compromise na compromise mo na yung top, compromise mo pa yung mid. You don't want to compromise two lanes or the majority of your lanes.
And look at this. I am really seeing big recovery agad dito sa my top lane. Actually, itong Faces Void at Oracle, biglaan na lang na-feel ko na kaya pala naman itong Oracle. Depensa nitong Venomancer. I also I'm not a big fan ng isang Venomancer na support. I feel na parang much better sana kung siya yung core. Pero, I mean, this is Signal Ultra Warriors. Obviously, Ares knows what he's doing.
True.
Let's be there to trust him. And look at this, si Drake ay nang bablock lang ng
combat.
camps.
Yep. Magbabaliwan lang din tong dalawang to dito sa may jungle area. But let's talk about kill potential. First blood potential or any kill potential at all dito sa side lanes.
Okay, bottom lane, hindi magagawa ng Ricky and Snap to. Unless Tidehunter messes up badly. Actually, looking at all of the lanes, parang magiging passive yata itong lane natin. Unless magkaroon ng ikot. So, if you're asking me first blood potential, baka sa first round of bounty runes pa yan.
Mamaya. Or nakuha na nila siguro may mga level 6 na etong mga heroes natin, like a level 6 ng DK or a level 6 ng sabihin natin etong Ricky, di ba? Kumbaga, it's just a waiting game for these two teams for
Definitely.
now.
And for the side of SEO, I think they're happy with that fact na pwede nga ito maging passive. Ang kailangan na lang nila is be careful sa first rotation naman ng DK. Where will the DK first push, diba? Now, traditionally, let's just say mga 2 years ago, the DK will first push a lane. Pero ngayon, doon sa unang gamit niya nga ng ulti, pero ngayon na nakikita ko is teams are more hinged towards using yung ultimate ng DK sa pag-farm ng Ancients. So, I think we can expect that to happen in this game then. Kasi parang looking at Signal Ultra Warriors, yes, early game base sila pero hindi naman sila yung nagmamadali na team.
True.
I think they're gonna be waiting for their power spikes before they actually focus on kill.
Hold that thought, paring Wolf. Meron dito sa taas na nakuha na agad dito ni Van Siron. And look at that, the strength of that Venomancer, that DPS pwede nila improvise. And Van, obviously, that Slardar, napaka-bully sa lane yan.
Oh man, I didn't think na kakayanin. I think that's all about the timing. If there's ever a replay of that, I want to see kung paano nga na misposition doon si Ron. And honestly, for any Oracle player, hindi ka naman din mapapanik pag namamatay ka ng often. It's just that you have to fix your position almost all the time. I think going up against team like Signal Ultra Warriors, you have to be a genius when it comes to positioning because Signal Ultra Warriors will know where you're at. And Jamesy, lahat sila mag-pick up ng Blink Dagger dito, like the Stardar as well as the DK. So you have to be really immaculate with your positioning as the Oracle this time.
And yes, definitely. But given the fact nga na dito sa side ng Signal sa side ng STI Olympians, isang hero lang nila yung may mobility dito, which is etong Faceless Void. So, kumbaga kasi iba dito, you got a Tide Hunter. After the Ravage, mag-ikot-ikot to sa teamfight yan. You got Rubik na looking for that timing ng skill na maaagaw niya for, kumbaga, reversal probably. But teka lang, si Ron na naman ulit dito sa may top lane, ginugo, and that's gonna hurt.
Yep. I mean, Oracle, ginawa na nga niya yung pwede niyang gawin, which is to get that boots, pero di pa rin kinaya.
And another one here on the bottom lane.
Oh man. I think, like we said, ang una mga clash talaga dito na mangyari. Knowing Signal Ultra Warriors, ang galing nilang mag-timing kasi ng mga gantong klaseng clash. And they always want to time it dun sa 5-minute mark. To the point na nagre-reserve sila ng mga skills for that. Oh, mid lane, Gox.
Jamesy, wait a minute, EMP Tornado combo. No. Will this be enough? Nope. But Jamesy, nasimot yung mana niya dun sa may gitna. And what's remarkable dito, pre, ay po-point out ko lang, Nando knows where to farm in situations na hindi, kumbaga, pag closed in na yung mapa nila, siya, alam niya pa rin saan mag-farm. Alam niya kung saan wala dito yung kalaban na team. Again, another one on Ron. He's gonna be taken out on the top lane.
This is bad. Threads already is up for the Slardar, tapos meron na rin Magic Wand. I think yun yung mortal sin ng STI Olympians sa top lane. Giving this Slardar a lot more bonus. Kasi maganda na yung laning stage already ng Venomancer and Slardar. Imagine if Ron is just a little bit more careful. Wala sana siyang 3 kills na naibigay. And Threads Magic Wand at 6 minutes in sa Slardar.
Nakakatakot yun. Pag nag-level
really
6
scary.
yan, sigurado, oo. But that's na to kasi, di ba sa top lane, meron tama tayong tinatawag na necessary death or like parang iligtas mo yung carry mo. But does that count? 3 deaths on the top lane of Oracle, does that count necessary?
Na 100% no. Ito yung weird parang even after... okay. So Venomancer also picked up the boots din pala. That's probably why they were able to just flesh out where the Oracle is. And a lot of mortal sins already committed by SEO.
Eto. Pinagtutulungan lang dito ni Grims, and of course ni Abat, the left on Grims. Is this one point in the board for STI? Nope, di nila makapatay dito at Snapfire.
I love that Abat said na, oy, level 6 ako, level 5 lang yung time. Hampasin natin.
Pasin natin.
They're trying to do it. They're trying to juggle it. Tapos lumalayo din sila din sa creeps. And I like it. They're making it hard for the Tide. At least. Pero syempre, Tide Hunter yan. You know what? Ang nagulat ako is, bakit mas mataas yung level dito ng ating Riki over the Tide Hunter?
Even over the Faceless Void. Faceless Void, kaka-5 niya pa lang. And eto yung Slardar and of course, etong Venomancer, they are doing a pretty good job. You got Vem over there just ano ba, continuously putting the pressure on that Oracle.
Yeah. Oh, but anyway, I wanna say nga lang, ganda nung itemization dito ni Faces Void. Knowing na lugi na nga siya, went for the gloves, tapos kumuha din siya ng Mass of Death agad. So makapag-farm siya din sa jungle. I can expect. Unfortunately, medyo i-concede na nga nila tong top lane. This Slytherin guard Slardar is gonna have a great time here in the top lane.
Maybe an early tier 1 tower din dun sa may taas. Malaking bagay din to. Nando. Nako, nakita nila dito. Si Ares, Invoker will be there as well. The body blocks by Drake. Bibigay na nila dito. Oh, Nando will take the kill on Ares. And that's
Nice
one
one
on the board for STIE Olympians.
Man, what I really love about Ares is kahit yung mga feeding na gano'n, di nga siya parang talagang feeding or whatnot. Namatay lang din siya. Pero he knows na he can afford to die kasi sobrang baba lang ng binigay niyang gold. Kaya face this void. Imagine that was just 180 gold for that rotation. Tapos si Van nakapag-farm sa my top lane. So, if we're gonna do the math, mas maganda pa rin yung nakuha ng Signal Towers. In fact, they're leading by 2,000 at this point.
8 minutes. At si Van, nakakatakot to. Pag nakuha niya na yung kanyang Blink Dagger, it's gonna be easy initiation para sa side ng Signal Ultra. And given that ang dami na pwede i-provide na chain stun dito, mahuli ka ng Slardar, you're gonna have the Snapper cooking, the 2 stun, diba? So, mahirap. Tapatan. Ayan na naman sila. There we go, the Slithering Crush on them. Them nga lang, gagamit na agad dito ng Ravage just to save himself, lift onto that Venomancer. Ares is out.
Wow, okay. So, I guess this is the first new stage. Pero go nila dito sa may mid lane, JC.
Okay, naku po, Cookie in onto that too. Tinugi pa ni Grims. Lumapit pa siya sa tropa. Teka lang. But hopefully, ayan, di napatay dito si James. Medyo risky yung ginawa niya pag-cookie dun sa tatlo. Although Van will take them on the top lane. Good exchange.
Wonderful exchange. Definitely para Signal Towers. Abat nag-rotate dun sa may top lane knowing na wala ng Ravage. They also know that the Corrosive Haze is up, which means Slardar and the Riki.
You pointed that out, di ba? You pointed that out kanina nung draft na lulusawin nila kahit sino with the Corrosive Haze and Riki.
Ang weird na decision sa gitna na mag-cookie para ma-stun yung mga control. Tapos knowing
konti na lang
Dragonite
yung buhay ni James C.
knowing Dragonite na makunat tapos mabilis maglakad na nakatakas talaga doon. This is a weird interaction but in a way, nag-work pa rin.
Medyo skeptical ako pag namatay si James doon but then it worked down in their favor. EMP Tornado onto Van. Van, delikado pa yata yung buhay niya mga kaibigan. Oh, he's gonna get taken down. And Cox will take the kill over there. Cox, mapapatay ba dito ni Abat? Yep, he will. And again, the exchange. Namamatayan sila dito ng post 3 pero yung napatay naman nila dito sa side ng SEO Olympians was their mid lane hero.
A bad decision definitely para sa SEO. Nakuha na yung trade-off na hindi maganda. Now, Abat will try to go for BHM this time.
BHM, nabugahan. Grims mapapatay dito ni Bem pero James C nandyan din sa may gilid. Nasa 3 line. Although hindi nila na makukuha si Bem dito. Under the protection of the tower, a very tanky Tidehunter. Kailangan mo talaga ng Slardar dyan.
Yeah. Okay, so the exchange was a Chronos
no.
period. Well,
Will it be enough though? That's the question. Ares with a slow onto Nando. Time walk. 3-line Cox will be taken out by James C. Onto that top lane. Kinda missed that kill over there. Maganda sana yung I think paano ba nila ginawa yun? Na nakuha nila dito si Cox.
Man. Slardar, very scary at this point. Tapos meron ka pang DK. Honestly, for SEO, hindi sila pwede na magdepensa na. Alam mo yung pagpaisa-isa sila nagtitipi. You cannot afford that. You have to go in as one kung magde-defend ka. I mean, na-depensa nila yung top lane. But in exchange for a kill on the Invoker, I don't think that's enough. Also,
and then prior to that, namatay din siya kanina, di ba?
Exactly. I want to say that SEO, they should be working around yung ating Chronosphere, not outside of it.
True.
I think that them overreacting sa Signal to Warriors sa mga defenses, this is where we see na nagsastruggle yung SEO at napapunish sila ng Signal to Warriors.
And siguro yung mga ganito ka-early na chrono, hindi naman talaga siya. Ganun ka, ano tawag dito, detrimental yung effect. Kumbaga okay lang na mag-miss ka ng chrono at again, before 15 minutes siguro or before the mid-game starts, di ba? Okay pa. But pag umabot ka na ng, I guess like more than 20 minutes, tapos nag-chrono ka at wala ka namatay, Parang yun din yung parang sayang di ba? Matatawag mo sayang na yung Tron.
I agree. Like yung Ravage sa may top lane, di ba? Na ginamit nila around 8-minute mark. It's okay.
It's
I love it.
forgivable.
Forgivable, absolutely. Lalo na pag positive naman yung trade. Vladmir's picked up by the Tide Hunter. I think this is a good item progression para sa SEO kasi kailangan nilang kung hindi man lumaban, at least mag-withstand nung laban when Signal Ultra Warriors does want to fight. Diba? So I think that this is a good item progression for the Tide Hunter.
3k net worth lead on the side of Signal Ultra. Dragon Form gagamitin na naman dito sa may mid lane. Kukunin na naman nila itong tier 1 mid lane tower. So far wala pa sila nakukuha ang objective pala. Naunahan sila ng STI Olympians dito onto that bottom lane tier 1 tower.
Yeah. That's the rotation na ginawa nila dun sa may top lane. And honestly, SEO, they kind of sacrifice a lot para dun sa push na yun. But it's kind of needed. This is all para mabigyan ng farm si Nando, and it didn't matter much kung gaano kaganda yung start against this Faceless Void. Look at Nando's net worth. Sobrang lapit na dun sa top net worth heroes natin.
Like around 400, 500 yata yung lamang dyan. James nga ng mga kaibigan mahuhuli. Cold snap and the catch here by that Oracle. Malahati na ganyan buhay niya. Wala. Kunat niya Di na nga sabi, wala nang tumitipi. Huwag niyo ako tipihan. Kaya ko to. But Drake, makukuha ni Abat. And a tower here para sa side ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
Wow.
Taking advantage of that double damage rune.
Interesting pala. Yung nakikita ko din na kagandahan nitong Ricky. If there is a Chronosphere pop, you can just put the smoke screen on it. Para nagma-miss si Nando.
Babaliwin niya lang dito. Abat, ayan na nakita siya sa TV. Although they will get run here. Wala na rin silang magiging sustain if ever may team fight man na mangyari. Signal Ultra Warriors lead by 4K.
4,000 lead. Indeed. Ito, go nila dito si Eris.
Ito, alay na
ultimate
lang.
spot.
Yep. Di niya pa naabot yung... Super near! It's so close! He was so close on that bounty rune.
So close. I wanna say, mga movements dito ni Ares is all just to stop din yung pag-farm ni Faceless Void. They're putting wards out at tinatry nila din na kung hindi man nila ma-block lahat ng camps, at least kuhaan nila ng camps dito si Void. And
with the kill on Nando. Whoa! Ravage gagamitin na nga dito mga kaibigan. They want trade and Abat is down. Drake will take the kill. Tornado onto Grims with a cookie in. Wala na rin liligtas sa kanya dyan. And that's gonna be a 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah. Okay, so at least SEO are gonna be able to get 1 kill out of that. Nice Ravage, by the way. Kasi maganda rin yung trade-off. This is Abat na mas mataas net worth. Ngayon, ang Signal Ultra Warriors, the moment they saw na ganito ngayon nangyayari, they said, okay, let's try to apply pressure in other parts of the map and get the farm or sa DK. So you notice, yung Signal Ultra Warriors, hindi sila nagtitipid sa kanilang usage ng
Wait a minute, look at this! Most promise nga lang. Muntikan pa dito. Etong Rubik. That was a close call.
Blink Strike that really saved that Rubik. Careful. That's false promise nga lang. And at this point, I guess since nag-farm lang din naman ng SEO, they're happy to even spend that ultimate.
Ban and dapat onto that Roshan. 16 minutes Rosh take. Pretty early compared mo dun sa average Rosh take na around 21 minutes. Kasi meron naman din silang Slardar may corrosive haze naman to na pwedeng iba to. Ang tanong, alam ba ng STI Olympians? Roshan.
And I don't think that they can do anything about this. If they do walk up, alam nila na walang Ravage, walang False Promise. Signal Ultra Warriors really timed this perfectly. Minsan, yung mga ganong mga moves na pinu-force mo nga yung mga False Promise, yung Ravage, mas nagbe-benefit ka pa even after get the kill. Kasi no matter what happens, in the next minute, meron kang advantage dun sa kalaban mo when it comes to big ultimates.
Yeah.
This is wonderful from Signal Ultra. Yep.
Signal Ultra nga lang, magsasama-sama sila dito. Invoker wants to go for etong Vessel na agad. Ang problema mo rin kasi dito you want an Invoker Vessel, a Quaswex Invoker, but you have to get the kills as well. Yeah. Kasi kapag wala kang kills on a Vessel Invoker, medyo hindi sulit.
Yep. Hindi talaga. Mahirap din naman na I think that sobrang hirap nung iniis ng parang decision making there for for Cox. Parang what do we actually need at this point? Kailangan ba natin ng farming tool? Kailangan ba natin ng team fight tool? Stuck in between kasi siya eh. This is the pressure that you get from Signal Ultra Warriors and what they're doing right now. Oh, okay, nice dodge.
Siyang tamaan doon ng OP na creep, but James C. I think titipi na rin dito yung Ricky onto the bottom lane. Mamaya na lang daw yung team fight. Ayan.
Looking at the DK, parang pag every time na tumitingin yung camera sa kanya, naka-DK ultimate siya. Ganun siya dito eh. I'd say, hindi siya matipid at all.
Every single time na nag-cooldown yung Dragon form agad. But we have to point it out, paring Wolf, na may Aegis advantage dito. Ito Signal Ultra.
Yep.
Ang tanong, susulitin ba nila to take an objective? Susulitin ba nila to force a team fight?
Yep.
So far, kumbaga para sa kanila, yung purpose lang ng unang rush is to deny the rush from the other team.
Meron to meron to theory na naisip ko rin. Ito yung tinatawag na farming ages.
Farming ages.
So, kunin mo siya, parang medyo aggressive ka lang sa mapa. Parang umaamba ka lang, pero hindi ka talaga mag-commit. Gusto mo talaga mag-farm. So, imagine this, Signal Ultra Warriors, they will just put their foot on the door, but they will definitely not go in. So lang nilang mag-farm, and they will utilize this 8 minutes of free time. 5 minutes of free time para makapag-farm si Apat. So, yan yung farming ages theory. Kasi SEO,
gusto ko yun.
Kasi yung kalaban mo eh, parang bakit tayo lalaban, may ages sila. So mag-farm muna tayo.
Magpa-farm muna tayo. And then yung kabila rin, di ba, would have the same mentality like may ages tayo. Di ba, baka isipin nila, baka iwasan din nila tayo.
Exactly.
Farm na lang tayo. And instead of wasting our time looking for them, mag-farm na lang.
The farming ages, man. Pero ang 100% sure ako is the next ages. Yun, 100%. With the cheese, kailangan mo talagang gamitin yan sa offensive man.
Look at this, parang Wolf, mayroon nangyayari dito sa may mid lane. So far, nagkalapit lang, nagkaambahan ng konti, pero walang nag-commit.
Yeah. Even Signal Ultra Warriors, alam nila na lamang sila, pero mag-chill lang muna sila. And again, James C. Ultimate yan. Talagang hindi nag-iitipid, no? Oh, okay. People's gift, that's good.
Wants to get that S and Y.
Hindi mo na siya nag-blink. So, binigyan nila yung blink kaya I like this. Grims. Ira-rush niya yung Aghanim Scepter dito.
Aghanim Scepter.
Sinasabi ko, walang blink dito yung DK. Well, we don't need
the blink. Yeah. Idudura lang siya dito ni Grims. Yun lang yung kailangan nila dito. But look at that. Like, yung Slardar, ibubuga onto the team fight, slithering crush, right click with the bash. Again, nandyan si Abat sa likod. I think one thing's for sure, may mabuburas silang isa.
Oh, for sure. That's really scary. I'm just imagining the scenario kayo. Parang looking at the squish heroes ng SEO, kahit may false promise yan, honestly, BKBDK na binuga ng isang snapfire. That's scary.
That's scary. And again, ayun nga, diba, tulad sinabi mo, yung point mo na squishy, Rubik isn't squishy.
Yeah.
Oracle without a false promise is squishy. Diba?
Yeah.
Invoker is squishy as well. Siguro yung Titan Hunter, kaya niya mag-take ng punishment pati yung Faceless Void, but yung tatlo, yung nakakatakot dito. And it worries me so much.
It is worrisome indeed. So kung makita ulit yung Aghanim Scepter upgrade dito sa ating Ricky, if ever lang, di ba parang pwede kang pumasok dun sa kalaban mo and sa kampe mo, and I think na pwedeng ibuga na lang yung isang member dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors with that Aghanim Scepter Ricky. Then again, don't need it honestly at this point. So, yun nawala na ang Aegis. Pero may na-usher sila sa top lane. Yep.
We got James C. At sinusulit lang din yung kanyang dragon form, and no way na mag-re-react dito etong STIE Olympians sa may top lane. Pag walang TTP doon, just give them the tier 2 tower, no problem. But the problem is, makakakuha na ng outpost dito etong Signal Ultra.
Okay, so I want to say that SEO, I feel that their mentality ngayon is okay lang sa kanila yung nangyayari. I mean, there's a 4,000 gold lead, gold advantage, for Signal Ultra Warriors. But that doesn't mean na hindi na nila may papanlaban. 4K against Ravage Chrono, hindi pa siya ganun kalaki to overwhelm them. However, ang nafe-feel ko na medyo fault dito ng SEO is that they're not forcing fights at hindi sila nag-force ng BKB. Imagine sa first big team fight na mangyayari, 10 seconds pa rin yung BKB ng Signal Ultra Warriors. That will be definitely a problem para sa SEO. So I think that they should now be forcing fights at least. Kasi parang 23 minutes, for the past, 30 minutes, puro kwentuhan lang tayo dito kasi walang nangyari action.
Walang nangyayari na team fight,
Yeah.
And nakakatakot din kasi yun eh. Eto kasi, di ba, if may 10-second BKB, the best thing you do is just kite out the BKB.
Yes.
But against Ariki, you can't kite Ariki.
No.
There's no way you can kite Ariki. As Lardar na may blink dagger, hindi mo rin siya makakite, di ba? So, kung focus ka lang din sa Ariki, meron silang DK, meron silang Snapfire. So, a smoke here from the side of SKI Olympians. Just at least, force down that BKB or sayangin lang yung BKB.
They also have BKB on the Facebook, kaya nag-smoke sila dito instantly. At ang kanilang muna may si Aries.
Aries, mahuhuli. He's gonna get bursted down. And hahabol ba sila? Do they want more?
Okay. I think that yung Signal Ultra Warriors, honestly, sabihin na natin namatayan sila, but I think they're happy with this. It's just a support. And Abat will find the career. Goodbye.
And buti naman siguro walang laman na item yung courier na yun.
Yep. Na-drop, nabigay na lang din kay... So,
tuloy-tuloy sa pagbasag dito. Etong SKI Olympians on the bottom lane. Fortifications, ipapop ng Signal Ultra Warriors. But we got Bem and Nando. Pati yung ibang tropa nila dito sa may tree line.
Yeah. Have to be careful. Oh, ayun na!
Snapper Ags, boy!
Oh, no. Instant TPs. They know. This is scary.
Niya dito? I would love like if we gobble up yung Slardar. Either Slardar or Jamesy would be good.
Yes. Oh my god. That is scary. Instant smoke after getting the Aghanims. This is the game plan. Oh my god.
So the anticipation, bro. The anticipation. Paring Wolpa. Ayan na. Aries magpapakita. They wanna bait him out. They wanna bait out Aries here. And pumasok. Nakapag-time out na nga si Nando. Nalift pa mga kaibigan. Where is the gobble up? Nagamit yung Mortimer's Kiss. Ravage will be used as well. Sunstrike tatama pa dito kay Grims. Pero Ron and Banner both down. And offlane nga lang dito ng Signal Ultra, yung natanggal. May Chronosphere pang pwedeng ibato yung Faceless Void. Doon naman sa may likod, we got Abat with the BKB. Wants to go after Cox. Grims is down. And nako, gusto pa nila dito ng isa pa. Kailangan nilang makapatay or else lugi sila sa encounter na to. Still the stokes of the trade, but Drake is out. James, naman nahabulin dito si Nando. Nandyan na si Abat. The silence is there. Tricks of the trade. The damage will be enough as they take down itong Faceless Void.
Oh man. Ang ganda na sana para sa SEO. I love it. Oh, nice tornado. Nice tornado.
Jamesy, but nasta niya pa rin dito si Cox. And they wanna go after Bem na naman. Bem taking that sustain from Ron. But na-disarm dito. Etong ating Ricky. Papasok. Mga angas Signal Ultra. They want more. They wanna take a kill. They won't stop. Bem, they wanna go after him. But di nila alam sino uunahin. And now nakuha ng under dito si Ron. And it's time for them to go back.
Oh wow, okay. So I would have said na okay na talaga sana para sa SEO. Kaya lang, nung nahiwalay nila yung mga members ng Signal Ultra Warriors, they themselves, naghiwalay din sila afterwards. I think nga, hindi dapat sila naghabol sa may likuran. They should be going around this Tide Hunter, not away from him.
Away from him. And nako po, direct na naman nakuha nila. Jamesy, Abat! Nakakapag-TP out. Jamesy, yep, he's gonna TP right on his face. It's safe to say, I have to give that team fight to Signal Ultra Warriors. Again, tulad nung sinabi mo, tama ka, na kumbaga na-divide nga nila yung Signal Ultra, sila rin mismo na-divide din.
Absolutely. Overchased din. At nung nahiwalay na si Invoker, nung nahiwalay na si Void, doon na nga nagkaroon ng problema. It's gonna be the... what a bash.
Body block is coming in. Tornado, tatamaan nga lang dito in the Sunstrike combo, but Grims is still alive. Hindi pa ba sila tapos? May power 2 pa yata Teka lang
Blink Dagger purchased by Bem, pero nasa base pa.
Ang tagal din. Maybe that Blink Dagger is still a Blink Dagger kasi nga wala pang, di pa nagko-cooldown yung Ravage niya dito. 8k net worth lead for Signal Ultra.
All of a sudden, a big swing in favor of Signal Ultra Warriors, and saktong-sakto pa rin yung Roshan. It's gonna be the Sunstrike, pero I don't think that they care much about this. Yung Signal Ultra Warriors. Napakaganda no kanilang pag-divide sa SEO. I also love the fact na hindi sila nag-overreact with SEO.
Divide and conquer yung ginawa nila eh.
Exactly. Nung nakita nila si Tide, nag-collab din sila. Because they know that Tide Hunter is not the target that they should go for. Now, Aegis and Cheese para Signal to Warriors. 100% sure na offensive to.
Win probability, makikita natin dito paring whoop. 74 to 26. So, it's not a surefire 90% win on the side of Signal Ultra. May laban pa dito yung STIE Olympians. They just have to play their cards right.
Oh. Yeah.
Pagkita lang nila dito yung mga ulti nila ng tama, ma-layer lang nila lang maayos, and ma-execute.
I wanna say, for SEO, if they can prolong this, I'm still seeing a potential para makapag-comeback
Glimmer
sila.
of hope. Yeah.
Glimmer of hope. Pero medyo mag-agree ako sa Dota Plus this time sa win rate natin. knowing this Signal to Warriors, it's wrestling advantage. And SEO, masyado bang late yung mga items dito para sa Invoker? Wala siya pang BKB. Meron siyang 4 staff, but no BKB. If he gets caught, definitely may gobble pa yan mula kay Crimso.
And the silence dito kay Tide Hunter. Kailangan niya maibato dito yung kanyang Ravage. Or else kapag namatay siya at di nababato yung Ravage dito, they're gonna have a big problem. Or like nag-chrono na walang namatay or nag-Ravage na walang namatay. Yun yung problema dito.
Buti na lang maraming mango trees. I think kailangan ko pulutin na yung mga mango na yan para sa mga EMPs ng SEO.
Invoker.
I think they picked up the mango tree. It's a nice tool to have. Lalo na pag nagsuslow siege sila. Paakit ng base ng SEO.
And the question is, mababasag ba nila? Etong tier 3 tower on the top lane, Abat and Nando, 1v1? 1v1?
No.
Joke lang. Titipi lang pala si Nando. Kala ko magba 1v1 paluan na yung dalawang carry natin eh. Yun yung inaabangan ko eh.
Well, there's Aghanim Scepter. Kanino to? Kay Nando?
Kay Nando,
okay,
yeah.
Alright. For that.
Sulit na sulit din para mag-give yung kanyang Chronosphere mamaya, di ba? Kumbaga pagpasok niya with the time walk in, may time lock, and then kumbaga hindi na makakatakas agad. Kasi minsan pag time walk mo, pwedeng mabling kang out, di ba? Tapos nag-chrono ka, wala mahuhuli.
Yeah, exactly. Also, in the latter stages of the game, this will be wonderful to have. Lalo na sa SEO, when the BKBs are around, the prolonged team fights, having that Aghanim Scepter would be amazing the long run. So, Sinado talaga dito may nag-isip, late game insurance ang kailangan natin. Sabi na, concede na natin tong early at mid game. Sige, sa kanila na yan. But when it comes to the late game, mas okay tayo.
It's gonna be their territory. Ayan na, pumasok siya, Abat na huli, pero nakapag-react naman with the tricks of the trade. Left gagamitin. Wait a minute, will they go? Blink out na lang muna. Kala ko i-chrono niya na agad eh.
They also know na mayroong okay. Stack up. You want to last a little bit longer kapag na-chrono ka nga if ever. Late game, your insurance is there. I love it. The Scadi.
Para mabuhay ka pa.
Yep. And syempre, the tricks of the trade works wonders with the Scadi. Yeah.
Mindbreaker pa nakuha dito ni Abat. So napakaswerte niya dito sa tier 3 na neutral item.
So, yun na, may blink na si Snapfire.
And the Aghanim Scepter on the Dragon Knight, the Black Dragon. Eto na kay James C.
May keso pa.
Yup. And the full...
Hindi talaga nagtitipid, men. Wala talaga.
Ayan na, pumasok. EMP tornado gagamitin na James C is gonna catch all of the punishment here. Wala na siyang mana, pero wala siya pake. Yung right click kasi yung selling point dito ni James C. Pinasok siya. Denando with the BKB. James C used the cheese here to save himself. Ron is out. Ron with the buyback. Abat naman dito. Mawawala na kanyang BKB in a bit. May maliligtas ba sa kanya or magtatapang siya ulit dito? Wait a minute. It does have the Aegis. Yup. And tutuloy sila dito sa may bottom lane, tier 3 tower on the high ground. Van, naghahanap ng pwesto para makapag-blink stun. And yung Snapfire, wala pang ginagobble up dito so far.
You know what? Weird enough, pero isa sa mga magandang spell na manakaw dito ng Rubik is definitely this World. Imagine this, meron pa sila na pick up na repair kit. So that's wonderful. Even when SEO, they are behind, merong mga bagay na nagwo-work in their favor. I love that they got this repair kit. Is to help them in to prolong this game. Hindi naman kasi yung trip dito po, tip, I mean, for SEO, just try to prolong this game as much.
Iwasan na talaga nila na mabasagan sila na tier 3 because the moment na mabasagan sila na tier 3, it's gonna leave an opening for Signal Ultra Warriors to just go in and take this game number 1 from them. Venomancer, Aghanim Scepter din. Tidehunter wants to go for an Aghanim Scepter as well. So it's a battle of the Aghanim Scepter dito, paring Wolf.
Yeah. Ang daming makakuha ng Ags. Okay, so what is Ricky building up to? Nag-queue siya ng Relic. Okay. Going for, I think, Abyssal then next. Then, Nullifier pwede rin naman. Coming out from the Ricky.
Slardar 4 staff. Alright, so pang reposition lang din dito or i-force yung isang member dito ng STI Olympians na ma-put out of position with the 4 staff. But wait lang, babasag na naman dito. Naku, pinasok nga lang the Chronosphere. Cataclysm, where's the save? Pumasok si Van. They're gonna take down James C. BKB swoop up as well. Van naman dito mga kaibigan. Opo, pumasok na agad si Ares with the Poison Nova. The silence nandyan coming from Abat. But the tanong, will the damage be enough? They're gonna take down Ares.
No.
And opo, medyo mali yata yung pasok dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors as they lose 2.
Definitely bad. And napakagandang punch mula sa SEO. They've lost 2. May buyback yata mula sa SEO, but that's okay. I think the chrono placement was actually so good mula doon sa side ng SEO. That was Nando. Isa lang yung nahuli niya, pero that was pretty much at the edge. Tapos na-cover niya yung stairs nitong
and then na-zone out niya itong heroes ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
So, no matter what happens with Cataclysm in there, matutunan ng DK. That's pure damage that they can get out of that. And there's no save at all.
True.
A very smart take from SEO. I love it. And like I said, hindi pa porque lamang na lamang Signal Towers they can easily win this. There's a lot of win condition heroes para sa SEO, particularly Faces Void and Tide. One good ultimate can take this around.
Like, yung parang sinabi natin kanina na i-layer lang nila yung mga ults nila and they scored again taking down Ares dito. Again, i-layer lang nila yung mga ulti na lang maayos. The Chrono, Ravage, Cataclysm pa ba yan? Dapat may mapatay sila but mapaburst down na dito si Ron. That quick ban wants to go for a return kill here. They wanna take down Drake. Here comes James C with a dragon form. Wait, hindi pala. Sunstrike lang pero hindi naman din na iindahin lang nila yung sakit.
Man, that was bad. I think SEO, yung kanilang mga supports dito, wala silang karapatan na lumabas ng mapa.
Na walang kasama.
Walang kasama, they will be taken. Was that Goblin?
Wait, oh! Okay. Yeah, he wants to go after that pero hindi nila tinamaan yung Invoker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yung
So, mukhang ang iniisip na lang dito ng Signal Ultra Wars is to gobble the Venomancer. I think it's more valid.
Kumbaga okay lang pag nano siya, pag nakapag Poison Nova, 'di ba? Kumbaga mamatay man siya, it's fine because like nagawa niya naman din yung Poison Nova niya na trabaho. And then magte-take over na agad yung other 4.
James C. Ito na yata yung pinaka Ano ba yung opposite ng matipid? Kung ano man yung word term na yun. O magastos, no?
Galante.
Galante, I love it. Yung pinaka-generous na Dragonite na nakita ko. Parang literally, wala pa akong time na nakikita na tumingin yung camera natin na naka-DK form siya.
Laging dragon form, no?
Agad dragon form. I love it. Kasi, like you said, na-force ngayong repair kit. I think, yung mga other players will not see a lot of value, but that is so valuable. Charges ang repair kit. Hindi siya basta-basta lang. That's a big investment na na-force niya sa SEO.
And right now, pag wala ng repair kit, magiging easy breezy yung pagkukuha ng Tora dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors. Now, the Roshan, we have to point it out, it's gonna be up any second now. Nag-scan yung tire, wala silang mahahanap dyan. Although makikita nga nila dito yung Slardar and he's gonna be bursted down quick.
Very nice. Isang smoke play na nakakuha nun. They will also retrieve yung kanilang outpost. So, lot of things na nakuha ng SEO from that rotation. So, Satanic is the next spot and they're eyeing for the Roshan. Knowing na walang Tidehunter.
Highly contested kasi I think that's an Aghanim's blessing on that Roshan.
Wait, Hindi pa yata din napapakita ng ating mga... But I wanna say, big power spike for the Void. Yung level 25 na talent niya compared to other heroes na wala pang level 25. Backtrack is gonna be really good against Signal of the Warriors. There it is.
And the wait, kanina lang ibibigay. Ayan, binigay na yung Aghanims Blessing kay Tide Hunter. Hindi niya itutuloy bili
nice.
yung Aghanims niya.
Wonderful high ground defense as well mula sa SEO. Pag nakuha nila yung Gush, it's gonna be great. It's wonderful against this high armor heroes mula sa Signal of the Warriors. However, counter Aghanims Blessing, or Aghanims Scepter actually pala, for this Venomancer.
Hanapin nila Nando, may ispatan niya ba si James C? Oh my God. Balay mo kasi Nando, kilala ko to. Swerte sa bash to, baka first hit bash lagi ito eh.
Also the Aghanim Scepter anyway.
Yeah, Aghanims.
So...
Pero kaka-timehawk niya lang kasi doon kanina, so
that's right.
Hindi niya na-timehawkan dito si James C.
Man, that would be great kasi may double damage din naman siya.
Masyadong masakit
the best.
AC?
Oh,
on that
hurts.
Dragonite. Okay na rin tayo dito.
Ang ganda ng AC. Buti na lang actually, ito yung weird eh. If I'm not mistaken, magic damage kasi yung time block. So, I mean, obviously, mapipigilan yung physical damage component ng atake ng Faceless Void. But, at least yung Aghanims, yung Assault Kiras dito, it's not the best item to get.
Ako, masakit yata ito, Van. Mapapablink out na lang talaga. Napaplinando yung BKB. And Poison Nova dito by the Venomancer. Andito na si Jamesy mga kaibigan. Andito na rin si Nando. Wants to go for a kill. Na-silent siya ni Abat. Abat with the chase down. Ravage nagamit na agad. Pero ako Ravage for 1. Chronosphere will be used. And now for a support. Box is down. Well, Nando will take it dito. Pero yung Oracle, mamatay, iniwan na. And Bem, mapapatay pa yata dito. The damage is too much for them to handle. Double kill para dito kay Abat. And napagandang separation yung ginawa dito ng Signal Ultra. Nahabol pa doon. Mapapop yung Aegis. Set up gaming. Here we go. Makati makakatakas si Nando dyan. That's gonna hurt them so much. For what it seems to be, STIE Olympians taking control. Nabawi ulit ang Signal Ultra Warriors.
That is how you win defense. Sobrang PlayStation. By the way, napakagandang illusionist game pick na binigay talaga nila kay Jamesy. For the first time in forever, makikita natin na Dragon na DK form siya. Pero meron pa rin illusionist game na naka-Aghanim Scepter. So that's wonderful. I wanna say, nung na-separate ng side ng Signal Ultra Warriors yung SEO, dun sila nagkaroon ng advantage. Siya to take out, this is a team fight team. Meron silang Ravage versus ang Chrono, but every time you separate them from each other, nalulugi sila. I love that Ares played for team talaga. Take one.
I love your point din.
Siya nag-sacrifice. He went for the Poison Nova and went for the Invoker agad.
And then the thing is, di ba, ginamit yung Ravage, na-catch nila dito yung si Ares. Ginamit yung Chrono, na-catch si Grims. Hindi siya, I don't think, like, you have to leave it be. It's just a support. Diba, parang, I don't know, ganun ba talaga ka-threat? Dito yung dalawang yan, nakapag-Poison Nova naman na yung Venomancer. Oh, there we go. The gobble. The Poison Nova once again. The Cookie will catch him. May save nga lang siya dito mga kaibigan. Wait, ayan na, yung Mortimer's Kisses papasok. And ako po, napasigaw na ng Ekagege dito yung isa. Invoke is now going back for him. This might be over.
Might be. Oh man. You know what?
Inaantay na lang natin yung call dito ng STIE Olympians.
Back-to-back plays mula dun sa ating Snapper and the Venomancer.
Now I get it. Now I get it. Na pinorse nila kanina sa mid lane yung Ravage at saka yung Chrono sa dalawang support. I take back what I said. They are a threat.
Oh, they are.
Man.
You know what? For
Good
SEO,
game, well played. There we go.
For sure, they don't want to use their Chronos, their big ultimates para dun sa mga supports or whatnot. I'm sure na at that moment, ang nasa utak ni Nando at ni Bem ay big team fights tayo.
Venomancer will be banned. Eto, tinanggal na nila.
Nasaktan ng SEO Olympians for this. Well, they do have the first pick anyways. Yeah, they do have the first pick. So baka ang gawin nila is to just secure the Faceless Void again or a Snapfire. I'm surprised na hindi na touch upon yung Phoenix. Well, probably because ayun, Signal Ultra Warriors banned out the Snapfire. STI mapaverse sila na kumuha ng Void. Otherwise, Signal Ultra Warriors will pick up Phoenix.
True. That will make sense actually, paring Wolf, no? Kasi Phoenix, free reign kasi siya without the Snapfire. Sobrang libreng game yun para sa Phoenix. And kailangan din, kumbaga, pag nag-pick ka ng Phoenix and then walang Snapfire dito na available, mafo-force yung kalaban mo na pipick ng something to counter out the Phoenix. Diba?
Yeah.
It goes both ways. Kakounterin ba natin yung Phoenix at magsasayang tayo ng pick, or let's leave the Phoenix alone and deal with it later, no? Parang ganun.
So, I guess yun yung pwedeng ang that's a valid answer actually. Pero yung parang nakalimto rin eh. Magnus is available para Signal Ultra Warriors, and SEO Olympians hindi sila inuna nila yung Vengeful Spirit to deny it away from Signal Ultra Warriors. That's understandable. Pero paano nila sasagutin itong Magnus ngayon? Are SEO Olympians gonna pick up the Rubik once again? So I feel na pwede nilang gawin yun against Signal Ultra Warriors. And I think that even in the previous series ng SEO Olympians, ginamit din nila yon laban sa Magnus.
Yeah.
I mean, we might see that happening. Right now.
And picking up Magnus para sa Signal Ultra Warriors is gonna open up a lot of possibilities for them. Magnus could be paired with almost every carry hero, diba? Troll Warlord, Faceless Void, Ricky, PA, AM. Alam mo yun? Kahit Terrorblade. Diba? Kumbaga, STI Olympians dito, if Signal Ultra Warriors play this Magnus on a position 4 role, mas mapapaikting pa nila yung carry. Ma-amplify pa yung farming rate ng carry dito ng Signal Ultra.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one. Kasi parang okay.
Faceless Void?
Okay. So I agree with you on that one kasi I feel that it's all about trades at this point sa draft. Knowing na Signal Ultra Warriors, parang ang idea kasi never ka nang makakapag-draft na hindi mo ma-out-draft basically ang Signal Ultra Warriors. So mas maganda na lang na makipag-trade ka na lang ng mga magandang heroes in the scene. So far, STI, ang only trade-off na nakuha nila dito, I'd say, is the Vengeful Spirit na maganda laban sa Signal Ultra Warriors. They also forced Signal Ultra Warriors to pick up the Beastmaster and Magnus. So at least kita na agad natin yung 2 core players para sa Signal Ultra.
And for STI Olympians now, banning out the PA, alam nila na PA works very well with Magnus. Probably magbaban din sila dito ng AM, ng Troll Warlord, di ba? So, we'll see. Abang-abang lang din tayo dito kasi Magnus, pero if they would play Magnus as a core hero, masyado ring nakakatakot kasi bread and butter niya rin yung kanyang empower pag sa sarili niya gagamitin.
Yeah. So looking now, they banned out Chen and PA. Nagulat ako sa PA ban, to be honest. But I guess that napaka-specific itong PA ban kasi nandito tayo sa realm na merong Magnus. So you don't want that to be given to your opponents. I think STI Olympians will definitely ban out Anti-Mage. Somewhere along the lines of Juggernaut.
Troll Warlord.
Ayun, tapos yun, AM, nagban na sila.
And Enchantress, tinanggal din dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors. A pretty aggressive laner. Bully din to sa lane, di ba? And high sustain na pwedeng i-provide plus yung extra creep niya pa nga, di ba? The extra numbers niyo pagdating sa laning phase.
And you can also steal the boar na nakaka-annoy.
True.
STI, they can also ban Ember Spirit. I feel na isang hero na mahihirapan ang STI Olympians kasi it has good synergy with the Magnus and also against the Vengeful Spirit and the Faceless Void. Wala kasing din, may catch sila, pero it will take a lot for them to catch one of the members of Signal Ultra Warriors if the Ember Spirit does get picked.
And aasahan na lang din natin dito if it will be picked, di ba? So STI Olympians, they have the chance to go for a ban here. Pero what do you expect na naman dito? Nando show ba? Iko-commit na ba nila yung Nando show dito? Or alam mo yun, halfway na naman, like game number 1. But I really wanna see then, like, Nando show is a spectacle, di ba? So if they know something, they know how to play something right, it's gonna be that Nando show. And kung magko-commit sila na Nando show all throughout, man, I'm all for it. I wanna see that.
We definitely want to see that in action kasi it really puts up puts somebody in a position na mas comfortable siya. I feel, this is what I feel about STI Olympians. When Nando is online, they also feel like, oh, uy, yes, online si
Gaganahan sila
Nando,
din.
gaganahan sila. So it makes a lot of sense if you really activate Nando, because then you also activate the other members of the team.
Yeah. At gaganahan sila, maha-hype din sila. They're like binubuhat tayo ni Nando, let's go, let's put on our 100% or 110%. Para sa NBA, di ba, pag nakikita tumatak si LeBron na maganda, parang gaganahan sila agad. It's like that. Like, I love your, para sinabi mo nga na gaganahan din dito yung STI Olympians kapag farm din si Nando, kapag bumubuhat din si Nando. It just brings up the team. The mental state ng team, okay din.
Yes. Absolutely. So, I would want to expect na ganun yung mangyari for the side of like I said, it's whoever it is that's drafting for STI Olympians. Maybe they can rally their team around that. And nandito kasi tayo sa point na in-game na tayo. Maybe they can fix that outside of the game days ng STI Olympians. But now, literally right now, after that game 1 loss, STI Olympians should be looking towards activating yung quote-unquote star player nila. Kung hindi man star player, yung anchor ng team nila.
Mm-hmm. And now, fourth pick for Signal Ultra Warriors. Now, a pretty, tawag dito, Crystal Maiden, pretty standard post 5 dito, good catch. Meron din siyang AOE nga with a freezing field at masyado rin siyang maharas pagdating sa early game. Masakit din siya sa ulo sa mga makakatapat nito.
Wonder, though. Might be a spamming post 4 para Signal Ultra Warriors. Tsaka kasi, if you look at Crystal Maiden, hindi man siya yung like big combo na makikita natin. Pero, ang ganda ng Arcane Aura with Magnus, lalo natin, spammable skills gusto. Beastmaster as well, gusto niya mag-spam sa laning stage. That Arcane Aura is gonna be good.
And
Juggernaut.
It will be
there
a Juggernaut.
Man, talking about
will work well with the Magnus.
Yeah, that's scary.
Ito rin kasi, di ba, hindi ka mauubusan talaga with the Magnus. Kahit 7 bans pa dito ng kalaban ng team, puro yung carry, di ba? Hindi ka mauubusan ng carry na mag-work well with Magnus.
100%.
It's everyone.
Man, I love it. Kasi Magnus, obviously, it amplifies the Juggernaut, but at the same time, this is a pushing lineup ng Signal Ultra Warriors. Meron silang Beastmaster, meron kang Inner Beast. So Juggernaut talaga. This is, you buff Juggernaut as much as you can para sa side ng Signal Ultra Warriors. Then, afterwards, meron ka pang healing ward na can really help you when it comes to sieging against your opponents. So SIE Olympians, whatever it is na kanilang last pick na offlaner, kailangan nila ng matinding wave clear laban sa Signal Ultra Warriors. Kasi this snowball, it's gonna happen. I wonder what the D-push will be para sa STI Olympians.
Pero gusto ko yung TA na pick dito sa STI Olympians. At least they have someone na magke-create ng space going to the mid-game. And then, aantayin nila dito na makakapag-farm yung Faceless Void. Kasi kilala natin itong TA. It doesn't need a lot of items to go online. Blink Dagger, Desolator, nakukuha yan agad within like 15 to 18 minutes into the game. So kumbaga from then on, di ba, iikot na siya, pwede na sila mag-4 Protect 1.
Oo. And syempre, it's like, yun nga, parang hindi siya, okay, hindi 4 Protect 1 yung, 4 Protect 1 siya, like in the grand scheme of things. Kita mo ang ganda, di ba, binan yung wave clear ng Legion Commander, kasi alam natin na yung offlane, whoever it is na offlane ng STI Olympians needs wave clear. Anyway, Signal Ultra Warriors, hindi sila quote-unquote 4 Protect 1, pero 4 Buff 1.
4 Buff 1, so, yun.
Ang daming dito. I'm looking at Signal Ultra Warriors. Pag may post 4 sila na taga-buffs din, I'm gonna be so amazed.
Drow Ranger.
Yep. What if magluna ang Signal Ultra Warriors na last pick? I'm gonna lose it, honestly.
Dude, like Beastmaster na Inner Beast na mapapabilis yung attack speed dito na aura. And man, you have a Magnus as well. Di natin alam kung saan nila ilalagay ito. Di ba? Medyo pa tayo na in the dark, left in the dark.
What about an Ogre para Signal Ultra Warriors? Man, it's all about the buffs. Ano kaya?
It's
Shadow
Demon.
obviously, another buffing hero, basically.
And then tama ka dun sa hunch mo pre na spammy pos 4 na ipipick dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a Shadow Demon and the Crystal Maiden combo. No?
Yeah.
Para naman sa side. Pero and then they're gonna play with the core Magnus. Hindi nga lang niya mabababy ng maayos yung Jag kasi focus din siya sa sarili niya. But mabibigyan na naman din siguro ng empower dito yung Juggernaut from time to time.
Man, Jane, this really is scary kasi di ba nga 4 buff 1 yung strategy dito ng side ng Signal Ultra Warriors. So also have that fact na yung SD known siya as one of those ridiculous stackers. Di ba? Meron siya kakaibang role na pwede siya mag-stack ng jungle camps ng sabay-sabay, di ba? Using the Shadow Poison. And obviously with Empower na meron ng ang Magnus, just makes sense. Ang napakagandang drafting from Signal Ultra Warriors. I'm just so amazed that when you look at their heroes, there's always that weird mechanic na makikita ka.
Parang you didn't realize like, it makes sense. It does this, it does that, di ba? So, eto pre, nakita na natin yung draft. The game is on. 20%. I asked kaninang game 1, kanina mo ibibigay?
Oh man, I'm sorry, but I have to give it to Signal Ultra Warriors. I love STIE Olympians draft. Kung titignan mo lang yung mismong hero sila, it makes sense. But against this ridiculously strong line of Signal Ultra Warriors, man, this is scary. But again,
still 20%. Nakasalalay pa rin sa execution ng parehong team. And yun nga mga kaibigan, ladies and gentlemen, the game is on and the draft is in. This tournament is under the supervision and the regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. Simulan na agad natin. Etong teams natin, starting off with the STIE Olympians, we got Nando playing the Drow Ranger, Bem Faceless Void, Ron Vengeful Spirit, Drake Earth Spirit, and of course Templar Assassin dito ni Fox.
And also on the other side of Jamesy, the Magnus, Grims on the Crystal Maiden, Ares naman sa Shadow Demon, Abbott on the Juggernaut, and Van Beastmaster. Question is, kaya ba i-1-1 to ng STIE Olympians?
That's gonna be their story to tell, paring Wolf.
Absolutely.
Kumbaga, magandang storyline para sa side ng STIE Olympians. We beat your perfect record. Diba? But then, para sa side naman ng Signal Ultra Warriors, hindi nila hahayaang mangyari yun. And may nangyayari dito sa may baba. Nando will take the first blood.
This is what we wanted. If we're talking about the comeback of STIE Olympians come game number 2, that's what we want. Utilize itong Earth Spirit and their combo. Kasi, all due fairness para sa SEO, meron naman silang magandang combo dito. They put the offlane Faceless Void, the Faceless Void offlane, I mean. Pero meron din silang Drow and the Vengeful Spirit onto the bottom lane. If they utilize etong Earth Spirit in such a good manner, kaya nila makakuha ng magandang kills in the early stages.
Paring Wolf, 4 na bounty runes from the get-go para sa side ng STIE Olympians. Now that's gonna put them up at least like 1K, around 1K net worth lead. Easy bote rin to para sa mga nangangailangan ng bote.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's actually amazing. Ito na yung gusto natin makita sa SEO. I mean, 20%, sabi natin, draft, we love Signal Ultra Warriors, but if execution, meron talagang magandang mga win condition heroes itong SEO. Like, the Faceless Void is still there. Although off-lane siya, natin medyo hindi na ganun ka ganda. But if you think about it in a way na parang pwede kang mag-blink tapos Chronosphere or Shadow Blade dito Chronosphere, it's still okay. Ito na naman, aggression sa bottom lane.
Nakikita natin, hinahabol na naman si Ares dito. Van, hindi ko alam kung makakatulong siya dito. One more hit. Nope, hindi nila mapapatay Shadow Demon. At maganda na rin yung pinapakita nila dito, that tri-lane, very aggressive tri-lane on the bottom lane. Just to give space for Nando dito para umarangkada na early. Dalawa kasi sila dito ng I mean, TA, again, like sinabi natin nung draft, di ba, pare Wolf, hindi siya ganun ka item dependent that much. Like Blink Dagger, Desolator. Eto si Nando sa kanyang Drow Ranger, pag nag-level 6 to at 2 rate pad, eto na rin yung spike niya
Wow. Yeah, I love that you mentioned about power spikes, right? Kasi I think that's one thing na pwede ding utilize ng ng SEO to kind of their advantage. Kasi nga, if they understood the nature of their heroes at yung mga items na pwedeng i-pick ng kanilang heroes, it is possible to actually outmaneuver the side of Signal Ultra Warriors. They also have control against Abat, by the way. Meron silang Chronosphere, they also have kiting potential. If they play their cards right, at bigla silang nag-isip ngayon na parang ito yung best Dota natin na gagawin, they can really win against Signal Ultra Warriors.
And kumbaga malalaman na talaga natin yan on how well they play, how well they execute these strategies dito sa may bottom lane. Van nakita pa nga and they might wanna go for a kill here. Drake tutulong na lang din but he's still at level 1. Pareha sila ni Ares dito, they're both at level 1. Kaya wala pa rin talaga silang may tutulong for now. Saktong right click lang muna.
And this also means na yung SEO, they keep the lead that they had. I think even when there's a good jungle stacker para sa Signal Ultra Warriors, kapag na-counter ward sila ng SEO, kayang nakawin yan ng isang PA.
Tama nga no, pre.
Nice slow.
And look at this, Van is out. I mean, I might have overlooked that, pero tama yung mention mo yung TA pala na pwedeng agawin yung stack dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors. Kailangan nila mag-ingat.
So may workaround pa rin naman ng SEO dito that we're slowly finding out as the game progresses. And I'm sure that SEO, they're feeling that as well. Parang, I'm sure that Cox is speaking out na parang, oy, sige, at a certain point, kailangan yung i-ward yung jungle ng Signal to Warriors and then let's take over. We're a TA anyways. At ang maganda sa TA versus Magnus matchup, parang same sila ng gustong mangyari. Na parang, Magnus, at given certain point in time, pwede siyang kumuha ng jungle with the power. But at the same time, true din naman yan para sa TA.
Fox,
ganda na.
Kaya kalamparing Wood, ginagawa siya dito ng Torre. The problem is, hindi rin siya mapapatay. Tulad na sinabi mo, to just add on that, no? Kung malugi man sila sa mid lane, kung medyo na utakan sila nung katapat nilang mid laner, like you said, pwede sila mag-farm. Either way, may pang-farm din silang pareho. Ito, power up din nga lang illusion na kuha ni James. Si Fox sinahabol niya. Cooldown pa dito. Ito refraction pero may TP na rin na paparating just to try to help out eto si Fox sa may mid.
Yeah. Actually, Cox is having a good time. This it's 17 and 7. Not as much as the Magnus. Pero yung Magnus kasi nakakuha ng early jungle. Lalo na malapit siya dun sa camp. Being the dire mid lane. Then again, I feel na ang talagang crucial moments na mangyayari ay nasa mga times natin. The 5-minute rune and the 10-minute rune.
At paring Wolf, dito na naman, no? Multi-shot on Van, Magic Missile connects. That puts them up to 3-0 on the side of SDIE Olympians.
Double Wraith Band and Light
See,
Stone.
ang sakit to!
Sakit! Oh!
Muntik pa. If he angled that right, he might have taken him. He might have taken him out kung maganda yung angle nila dito sa angle niya dun sa creep.
And honestly, si James, medyo nakita naman yan. He really nudged himself to the left. Just a little bit was enough for the angle to be there. Have to be careful now. Templar Assassin is gonna be scary the next few minutes.
Ron nga lang nakuha pa dito ni Ares. So like you said, diba, the stacker dito. I mean si Ares, di pa natin nakikita na natin yung stack niya. Ayan na nga dun sa triangle, like you said. And then at the same time kasi nakakapag-stack siya, nakakapag-pressure din kasi siya ng lane. Yung shadow poison niya na yan. The more it grows, the more it stacks, di ba? Mas masakit. Kaya mabilis sila nakuha dito kanina. Etong Vengeful Spirit.
Yep. And lumalabas na yung mga jungle camps natin, jungle stacks. And SEO should be minding this. And that is why they're also taking advantage of itong first na cart sa may middle. Yung wagon natin magpupush sila dito with the siege creep. And there's also a big wave of creeps na kailangan nila tingnan. Okay, so Ron now finds out, okay, may nagsastack dito. They called it out. They're applying pressure now.
Naglagay na ng trap. Naglagay na ng trap yung TA. Kaso lang, na-deny itong Arcane Rune.
Smart. Ginawa ni Ares doon using whatever it is that he has. And also taking down some of the TA refractions.
At mapapansin mo rin kasi, like, the moment umalis yung Magnus sa lane, or either yung TA umalis man siya sa lane, alam mo nagpa-farm na yan pag hindi ka na tinatapatan.
Yes. Ah, man. This is one of those weird times na i-hype natin parang tuna. Yung mga pag-take ng jungle. I mean,
Yes.
would you imagine na may mga caster na nag-hype ng pag-take ng jungle? Eto yun. These
Kasi
are the
vital,
moments.
the thing kasi dito paring Wolf, di ba? Napaka-vital nung stocks dito para sa magkabilang team.
Oh, there it is.
Nasipa nga lang si JMC, there goes the skewer. Magic Missile,
Yeah.
diba? Bakit enough ba yung damage nila? Hindi enough yung damage nila on that Magnus. It's gonna be a big change kasi, and it's gonna leave a mark pag naagaw dito yung stock, diba? Ayan na, JMC sinisimulan niya pero pinipigilan siya dito. Ares nga lang makuha ni Nando,
There it
Magic
is.
Missile will be there, JMC is down. Box. Here we go, paring Wolf. Pero ginaw
nice
siya dito
rotation
ni
ni Abat.
Abat. Get off my lawn. Ika nga dito ng Juggernaut.
Oh man, what a wonderful decision from Abat to actually TP there. And nung nakita ni Cox yung TA, sabi niya, oh no, checkmate na ako. Lumaban na lang siya. Nakita mo, he didn't even attempt to walk downwards kasi he already knows his fate.
Yeah, he's gonna die as well. At saka kung makatakas man siya dun, meron pang Omni Slash yung Jug eh.
100%. I think that as good at this is para sa SEO na meron silang way nga magnakaw or magpigil ng stacks pag flash farm nito ating Juggernaut, they still have to coordinate it. I feel na hindi pwedeng TA lang yung sumusugod.
Kailangan ito like this. They're doing it right now. Magic Missile onto Ares. Ares is down. Chronosphere on 2. Where's the follow-up? TP's coming in onto the mid lane. Pero naku, Grims, buhay na buhay pa rin dito. RP ginamit ni James C. Will connect on the TA. And the exchange.
Super bad decision from SEO. Gusto ko yung idea na gusto nila mangyari. They have Chrono. Meron silang power spike dun din sa Temper Assassin. They also want to take some of the parts of the map. Nag-align din talaga yung kanilang mga plano. However, man, that was too deep. I guess, yun na, it's either too early or too deep for them to do that. Unfortunately, tama yung idea pero mali yung actual decision.
Niya. I guess, kung nakuha nila yung tier 1 tower, diba, that's gonna leave, kasi wala nang mapagtitipihan na mas malapit dun sa may riverside etong Signal Ultra, but look at this. Look at the stacks na pwedeng kunin ni Abat dito.
And dahil dun sa timing na yun, no chrono, no nothing, Abat is gonna have a good time. So 4.8k siya ngayon, man. Let's see kung ano mangyayari afterward.
Tama naman. Look at this, 5k.
Stonks.
5k. Pero masyadong konti yung buhay niya, kaya di niya rin pwede. Ancient Creeps kasi yan. Nalubog nga lang dito. Etong si Ron, may gulo coming from Drake. Eto na naman, susubok. Another attempt here coming from the side of SEO. Ban is down. Ares is out. Naku po, na-go pa nila si James C. James
C is safe. However, this is bad though. Ang ganda no start pero yung big creeps na jungle, yung mga tatay, the main creeps of the ancients, napunta kay Drow.
Yep, and kay Cox pa mapupunta dito yung natira. Habang Abat, lumipat na lang siya dito sa may main jungle area nila para lang masalvage ko no yung natira.
Yeah. What is this? I mean, for the back-to-back na gawa sa SEO, yung na-stun sila tapos dinina yung rune.
Kumbaga, itong game natin na to, nagiging masyadong economical yung center ng game natin. Like, no one's actually bothering to take objectives. No one bothers to take kills. Like, all they wanna do, control each other's jungles, take each other's, yung mga stack, di ba? Kailangan natin magpayaman. Yung gusto dito na magkabilang team.
Small things that matters in the end, right? And this is how you know na talaga nag-grow yung mga teams natin. Imagine having this kind of dynamic sa mga teams natin here in the Nationals. It just proves na one, people know each other. Teams know each other well.
Too well.
Second,
no?
too well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Second is they know, respect the knowledge of each. Kaya talagang even the small things are getting hyped. I mean, guys, alam ko na nawiwirdoan kayo sa amin na parang hina-hype namin itong mga small things ito, but in the grand scheme of things, sobrang importante ng mga nakikita ninyo.
Yep. It's small. At the end of the day, kasi it's the small things that matter. So far, 11 minutes, 3k net worth lead here on STE Olympians, and look at this, Templar Assassin almost makukuha niya na dito yung kanyang ano tawag dito?
Deso.
Desolator. The first staple item for any Templar Assassin.
3K net worth advantage for the side of SEO will be converted into massive team fight in the mid game. I wonder what will be the items. Okay, so Signal to Warriors, sila naman yung gumawa ng approach ng SEO in the previous game. So knowing that the tug of war was in the early stage of the game was won by SEO when it comes to economy, sabi nila, sige, let's actually look for the longer fight. Huwag na tayo mag-attempt na lumaban yan because we're not gonna win it. They already got the advantage. Let's try to out-farm them coming to the late game.
Nakita ni Drake dito si Juggernaut trying to farm, nagtawag na yata siya ng kakampi but mas priority nila yung tier 1 top lane din.
Yeah.
Priority nila yun. Oh, the smoke. Wait, nagtawag din ng kakampi. Tawagan na ng kakampi to, paring Wolf
I wonder, hindi yata sila napansin nung ward na yun. Because they were hidden. It's trees. And Drake ay mayroon invisibility. Oh, sayang, wala na. So, Signal to Warriors still has got the advantage. They also have Hawk. So, pwede nila din gamitin yun. They know now.
Nagpiping. Then, handa ba sila dito? Who's gonna start off the team fight? Desolator na yung TA. Now, he is ready. There goes the roll onto Abat. Abat with a spin. Nasipa pa nga dito si James, mga kaibigan. Nagamit agad yung Magnetize on the side of the Earth. Spirit of Nando. Na-Omni! He was isolated down 4. And the Chronosphere maybe just trying to save themselves over here. Oh, the napakagandang RP on the roar on magandang RP, magandang roar.
Okay.
Fox, buhay pa naman. Ron nakuha ni Eris dito, but that was very scary.
Okay, definitely. I think yung roar, well, medyo napasama yata afterwards, but nevertheless, a lot of control, right? You see. But they did not respect the fact that it could be vengeful split. The way that they all in on the Templar Assassin could be good. However, ang magandang ginawa talaga ng Signal Ultra Warriors was to find the draw. Imagine, ang ganda ng angulo ng Chrono. If it haven't been na di nila napatay agad yung draw at na-flash out nila kung nasan si Nando, that could have been a lost fight for Signal Ultra Warriors. So again, the good thing that they did, sakto yata meron tayo dito.
Look at this, the instant replay coming in. Makikita natin, nakita nila si Nando na isolate sa likod, na-hold pa dito si Bem, na-frostbite siya ni Grims, and walang follow-up yung Chronosphere. RP by James C. Van will go for the roar here nga mga kaibigan, tinamaan dito pero na-swap kasi siya na-save siya ni Ron. Yeah. But swap save by Ron, naaligtas siya dito itong TA. Maganda na rin na ginawa to ng STIE Olympians.
Yeah, 100%. So STIE Olympians, I know that they didn't want Nando dying, but I guess the fact na hindi sila ganun naubos at nakapag-recover pa sila, they're still okay with this. They have to keep on doing this. Being the aggressor sa ating laban, they need to be pushing, securing those bounties. So far, so good for SEO.
And Templar Assassin wants to go for a Blink Dagger. Draw Ranger naman, etong kanyang Hurricane Pike ng susunod. So antayin na naman yata tayo ulit dito ng next spike ng magkaparehong team. Bem focused on the tier 1 top tower. After 15 minutes, makakabasag sila ulit. Wala ring reaction from the side of Signal Ultra Warriors.
Okay.
Hanap sila ng opening on the mid lane. And I think iiwan na lang din nila. Nagpasag lang sila dito ng torre.
Yeah. This is something na nagugulat ako na hindi naman nagagawa ng SEO. Honestly, the previous clash, I mean, if you rewind mga 1 minute ago, SEO could have just pressed it against Signal Ultra Warriors. Alam nila na walang roar, na walang reverse polarity, but they didn't find an opening.
May lubog. Pumasok na agad dito mga kaibigan si James C. But wait, the Chronosphere on 2. But yung follow-up ni Nando wala kasi nandun na naman siya. Ginugo ni Abad. May mapapatay mo out. Magnetize magagamit dito ni Drake. Ares dropping below 10% health. Ron is out as well. Ares mamamatay dito sa side ng Signal Ultra Warriors, but they're not yet done. They wanna go after Drake and they will take him. Abad with the triple kill.
But just enough space. Napakaganda ng Chrono. Napakaganda ng positioning ni Nando, but just enough space na hindi nahuli si Nando nasa gilid na gilid ng Chronosphere. Him not being caught meant na napop niya yung ultimate, which is the Omni Slash against Nando, and even Nando, all he can do is pray, but unfortunately he cannot survive that.
Two team fights already, paring Wolf. Na-isolate nila si Nando.
Nando and B8 and Bem, they're doing great. Ito sinasabi ko, they're doing great. But it's just that Abat is on another level in this game. It's Juggernaut placements, and now
has been killed.
Blade Fury movement speed instead of the attack speed.
Okay.
That's also his way of getting out into safety. You can use Blade Fury just to chase down kasi meron naman din yata siyang, I don't know if he went for Diffusal Blade as well. So now for Nando, I think the call is huwag muna tayo lumaban until I get my 4 staff.
Yeah. And Crystal Maiden going for the Aghanim Scepter.
Dire's bottom tower.
Okay, mag-Aghanim siya.
That's actually good kasi it can control naman yung backlines. Imagine this, the Frostbite. But I wanna see yung items nga lang dito ng ating Juggernaut. Kung ano yung kanyang choice.
And soon enough, makikita rin siguro natin.
Soon enough, I guess.
Dagger by the Faceless Void. Okay. Mobility yung magiging key niya dito. Magiging mobile siya kapareha dito ng Earth Spirit gugulong. Trick, yan na, ini-skewer ng ani Trick mga kaibigan. Silence nandyan, magnetize ginamit. But the question is, maganda ba tama ba yung pasok niya dito? Nahila siya. And there we go again, Abat taking the kill.
Yeah. I think we kind of talked about earlier kung ano yung pwedeng gamitin na item, which is the Blink Dagger nga on the Faceless Void. Staple now para sa Faceless Void kapag nilaro as offlane. Hindi staple yung pag offlane mismo ng Faceless Void. But the Blink Dagger is definitely needed. So drums pala. And then eventually Aghanim Scepter up for Juggernaut.
So the what you call the Swift Slash, like a mini version of the Omni Slash.
Swift Slash.
Yep. And it doubles as a Blink Dagger din with mababa lang yung range.
Yeah. But it can also dodge a lot.
Yeah.
Kasi imagine mo, sabihin na natin, merong ma-save RP, tas may ma-swap, you still have that Swift Slash.
Teka lang, paring Wolf, ginaw na naman dito si Drake. And Drake papagulong out. They wanna take him out. At tatamaan pa nga siya ng Shockwave. Drake is down. Bem, they're going after him. Chronosphere gagamitin. Merong roar sa likod. Na-control na naman nila dito si Nando. And Abat, look at that. He is, he is still alive. He is going after everyone. He wants to take a kill. Ron nahuli. RP on 2. Oh my. Nando again. Makakapag-silence pero hindi rin siya maliligtas dyan. Abat with a triple kill once again. He is taking over.
Man, this is so amazing coming out from both teams. SEO, I want to tell you, ang ganda ng kanilang ginagawa.
Yeah. No doubt. They could
No
play.
doubt. But Signal Ultra Wars are always taking it on another level. That wonderful chrono
One
mula
step
IBHF.
ahead lang talaga lagi yung Signal Ultra Warriors.
Exactly. So that was a wonderful chrono. If we ever get to see the replay, it was a wonderful chrono. Wonderful lineup din. May Shadow Demon tsaka ni Juggernaut. Enough na sana yung damage, but at the moment na wala yung chrono, hindi naging enough yung damage kasi Nando was also isolated a little bit.
Alam ni alam ni Van kung saan hahanapin si Nando. Right after the chrono, niror niya agad si Nando. Hindi na nakagalaw si Nando doon. After the chrono, saan na? Diba? Wala na silang control agad. They lost control of the situation right after that.
Now they lead by 4,000. A push off top lane as well. And Shadow Demon, makakakuha pa ngayon ng Aether Lens. That's another way to control the Drow Ranger. And if you're the Drow, ano ba nga ba ang tamang gawin? Mag-BKB ba ako? Mag-pike ba muna ako? Whatever.
That's the dilemma dito ni Nando.
Grabe. Swift Slash, of course, nifty tool to have. Bigay mo yan sa isang malupit na understanding ng isang player na malupit yung understanding. You're gonna have a good shot.
And yeah, that's it. A kill is a kill here for SPE Olympians. Very important for them. Mapasupport man or anyone, they just need to take a kill here para sa gold, and at the same time, the numbers wise, diba lalamang din sila. Tumutulak yung jug sa baba. And with the siege creep din. So Easy tower take, maghahanap na nga lang ng opening naman ulit dito as the Olympians as they take down Van.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay. That's good. At least they get an important kill that's off lane na kanilang nakuha. They should be pushing with this. Ito yung gusto natin makita sa SEO. Do not use this win nakuha nilang pitas to just let the signal to Warriors farm. They need to be pushing now.
Temple's defense.
And ito lang yung masasabi ko, pre. Kasi diba, binention mo kanina nung draft na kapag malakas si Nando, nakakapag-farm, malakas din yung team. Nadadala yung mentality.
Yes.
And at this point pa, nakikita mo ba na pag masyado nang nakokontrol si Nando sa teamfight, aabot yung point na yung mental fortitude dito ng STIE Olympians mag-breakdown din?
Yeah.
At this point, how soon? How soon ba?
Oops. I think that... Alright. I think...
Yeah.
Okay. I think sorry. I thought I lost my connection, but anyway, I just want to say na kung sakaling magkakaroon nga ng
ganun.
ganun, I think that Signal to Warriors in the end, parang sila pa yung magiging mas masaya in a way.
Mm.
But that being said, I think SEO what they can do naman the mistakes, force errors against Signal to Warriors.
Yeah.
All things
Dire's top
considered,
tower is under attack.
si Nando ay magaling na positioning niya. All throughout this game, man, maganda yung positioning niya. I just wonder kung paano nila i-outwit itong Signal Ultra Warriors in the next few minutes. Kasi parang,
Ano na itago si Nando dito?
yun nga parang ang galing na, ang ganda na ng ginagawa ng SEO. Pero bakit nananalo pa yung Signal Ultra Warriors?
Radiant
And I guess that if you're SEO, just keep on trying to improve even in this game, right?
Yeah. True, that's true. Habang 13 to 14 tayo dito, paring Wolf, and tulad na sinabi mo, they have to address yung issue na laging nahahanap si Nando.
Yeah.
Agawan lang muna ng tier 2 towers, wala na muna yung aggression from both ends kasi kanina nakita naman natin twice in a row nahanap si Nando dito. And maybe a BKB would be good for them, a BKB, a Lincoln, or yun nga yung Hurricane Spike na sinabi mo, diba?
Oh, look at this.
Diretso sa tier 3.
They need both at the least, yung BKB man lang tsaka yung core stuff.
But James, nasa may likod, we have the swap over there. But,
Parang scary yun
masyado siyang matapang dito. Sabi niya, he does have the Aegis of the Immortal. Nothing's gonna stop. Magkatabi lang si James at si Drake dito. Paring Wolfaya, no? Oh, no. They just take 1 tree. Isang puno lang yung agwat. Nilang dalawa.
Oh my
Hindi
God.
sila nakikita.
Oh, the
There we go! And the skewer coming in as well. At mahuhuli pa nga nila dito. But napakagandang Chronosphere coming up from the side of SEO. Napop yung Aegis. May lubog. Jamesy dropping low. Here comes Apat. Jamesy is down. Van is out as well. The high ground defense of SEO, mga kaibigan, will work well in their favor. They're gonna take down Ares. 3 heroes down on the side of Signal Ultra Warriors. Takbuhan na agad. Grims mawawala. And Apat. Oh my. The surprise. Ito, the surprise tactic. The element of surprise nasa Signal Ultra Warriors. But, parang, alam mo yun, STIE Olympians, alam nila. Parang in-expect nila na may RP na parating. And then, sinave din dito ni Bem yung kanyang Chronosphere.
Oh my God. Yeah, the Chronosphere usage was phenomenal. And yun nakakalimutan kasi ng mga teams ngayon parang you don't ever want to skewer an off-lane face destroy. Kasi you're giving him the benefit Parang Nando, napakaganda ng spot na yan. There's really no way for him to be flash out of that position. And,
on the high ground pa, on top of that, paring Wolf.
And also, Nando will make a good gush, by the way, dito sa kay Ares. Na iyon, that was perfect because if hindi niya na-silence Ares, there could be a totally different
Malulubog
story.
siya. Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, you have to give it to SEO. They took that high ground defense and just took it. Binalik nila yung aggression dito sa side ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
Yeah.
And probably momentum builder din yun, di ba?
Definitely.
Kaya nilang dalhin into the late game na parang okay, we feel good about ourselves. Kaya natin as long as makakapagpwesto si Nando ng maganda.
So now it's gonna be a toss-up na lang kung sino yung mas maganda execution in the end.
So sino mauna?
Exactly. I'm not sure if SEO can do that again. That surprise factor. Kasi nga, that thing with the element of surprises, dapat hindi yan alam ng kalaban mo. Nevertheless, you always have to give it to Nando. Napakaganda yung kanyang pwestuhan bilang Draw Ranger dito sa ating game. Say what you want, man. Kahit ilang beses mahuli siya, ang ganda pa rin talaga. It's just that in the previous clashes na nangyari, wonderful din talaga yung pag-flesh out ng Signal Ultra Warriors sa kanya.
And kung ma-flesh out lang talaga siya, kung ma-roar siya dito or malubog, kung hindi siya nakapag-free hit sa chrono, yun yung magiging problema ng SEO.
Unat na ni Abat.
Kapag nakapag-chrono siya, pag nakapag-free hit siya sa chrono, that will be a problem for them. Kasi yung chrono lang din talaga yung only way nila na may control sila dito over Signal Ultra Warriors.
That's right.
Oh, wait!
Oh no!
Niya yung illusion!
Okay.
Ay, inomni niya yung illusion.
I mean,
Na-shook
that happened.
niya yun Yeah.
Don't say that didn't happen to you.
Yeah, it happened to most of us in clutch situations. Doon kayo matatalo eh. And the mental fortune, it's gonna be a mental battle from here on out. After the 30-minute mark, pag tumagal pa to, it's gonna be a mental battle.
Yeah. And honestly, we know na isa sa mga malulupit ang mental battle na panalo na Signal Ultra Warriors with the experience that they have. I want to SEO to channel, however, is that emotional battle naman na pwede na gamitin. This team is I think any Nando team is a sort of an emotional team, alam mo yan.
Yeah.
Parang they kinda feed off of each emotions as a player sila. So we can perhaps see that happen here again.
Alright. And makikita rin kasi natin dito, kumbaga their highs, pag ganun diba, their highs are highs, and then their lows are like so low na parang sobrang baba din. Walang middle ground eh.
No
Hindi sila
middle ground.
nagme-middle ground.
Yeah. And you can absolutely utilize that. So dahil naka-Midas ang ating Magnus, we reached a point na decent yung kanyang timing ng ating refresher orb.
So
Does he have enough mana though at this
I
point?
have to check. Like, what's worse than an RP? 2 RPs. Na pwedeng ibato dito ng Signal Ultra Warriors. Abang Draw Ranger, I think, wants to go for the MK. Hindi pala MKB. What they call this?
Already have the butterfly.
Yeah, Butterfly. Shadow Demon, Blink Dagger to reposition himself well. They're waiting for the Roche timer here. Konting-konti na lang. Antayin natin. Do you think ito makakuha ng Roche will actually deal a significant amount of damage here, objective-wise or team-fight-wise?
Yeah. So SD Juggernaut, sa magandang late game na ano rin ito. Yung Shadow Demon is a hero that even as a support can also scale. So that's very scary as well.
Think about it.
Templar Assassin parang mag-butterfly din. Nakikita ko naka-queue sa kanya dito. Now, magsasama-sama na. They are pinging it out. SEO, they know na may Aegis of the Immortal na. They know na may Roshan na. And napaka-highly contested netong Rosh na to.
Yeah. I wonder kung ano yung mga... Kung may dadating tayo sa point na yung Roshan ay may refresher shard. And obviously, both teams would love to have that double chrono or even scarier, syempre, triple na reverse polarity if the mana can can accommodate
Dala siya
it.
ng manggas na lang siguro.
Manga or cheese. Get the cheese as well.
True. Oo, James. Dito sila lahat. Nasa may high ground lang. Walang sumusubok I mean, they do have Ron. SEO they do have Ron para magpato dito ng second skill. So, the Wave of Terror. Kaya, may vision din sila kahit paano dun sa Roche Pit na pwedeng ibigay.
Yeah. Look at this. Shadow Blade picked up ng ating Draw Ranger. So if the Omnislash does happen, it will be a time na pwede nga niya gamitin Shadow Blade if wala pang Necrobook na naka-lock on sa kanya. At syempre, if the dust is there, the other vision is there, that will be scary. May nakita akong Gem of True Sight. I wonder who picked that up. Ang bilis nung pag-take ng Roshan ni Abat dito.
Wala na, right under their
Sakit.
noses. Nag-scan yung their mga kaibigan. Nando, alam niya ba to? Wait, ayan na, sinipa na yung bato. Pumasok na. Chrono ginamit agad mga kaibigan, pero naku, napakagandang lugod nga lang. Tox will take the
My
Aegis of the
God.
Immortal. They're gonna burst down. Abat!
My God, Bem.
That's
What?
a godlike streak he got there.
Oh my
Aries.
God.
Hahabulin
Oh
pa.
my
They're
God.
gonna take a kill on Griggs. The swap coming in. Aries is down. And 3 heroes dead on the side of Signal Ultra Warriors.
Wonderful display mula dito kay Bem and Ron. Para silang nag-tag team doon.
No,
But
some
even
sort
better,
of protection there on the Roche Pit para kay Abat.
wonderful. Bem really just
Dire's
revived
middle
this
tower
game.
has
Revived
fallen.
SEO. Napakagandang chrono. Siyempre, Cox jumped in the right moment para makuha lahat. Aegis, Cheese,
And the pressure.
and the pressure. Oh, there will be a fat creep wave into the bottom lane, but well,
Look at this Nando. Take a look at Nando. The attack speed of Nando.
grabe.
Oh
So,
my God.
Okay, so wait, what else did they get apart
Oh,
from?
they're gonna
Oh
go after
no!
Van. He's getting bursted out as well. Nando's like a machine gun right now.
Machine gun Nando is what we
Oh,
want. Pero may
nahuli na
refresher
naman si
pa.
Aries. Naku po. Nag-audition silang lahat dito pa. Isa-isa sila ng pasok. Abat wants to go for Omni Slash. Shiner nga lang. At now si Spin na rin siya dito mga kaibigan.
Oops.
Swift Slash pala yung binato niyo doon kanina. But Abat, ayan na.
Oh, Nando.
Ibabato. Naiwan siya doon sa mga ilo. And look at this. Oh, it hurts so bad. It hurts so much. Wants to take down Bem. He will take it. They will take any kill they can. Fox with the damage, blinking in onto that Juggernaut. Pero buhay na buhay pa rin dito si Abat.
Oh man, what a greater fairy fire usage din mula kay Cox to survive that.
RP
May Aegis
with
yan.
the skewer. Yep, they're gonna pop the Aegis. And ito na,
Wala siya
nagre-pressure
mana.
na. Nagre-pressure na! Oh! He missed the timing! And Cox, napaka-fast hand sinun sa kanyang BKB. He missed the skewer timing. Here comes Nando once again. On to Van, wants to take the damage. Omni Slash ginamit na naman dito ni Abat as he takes down Ron. But the
A lot of-
bottom lane, paring Wolf, bottom lane, dino-go dito ng creeps ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
Oh man, I think that SEO, that was a perfect execution. Apart from this part na nilet niya, I think this was an exchange. So they went for a trade-off ng 1 set of racks for 2 sets of racks. At ang kanilang nakuha doon with the Aegis usage is just phenomenal. Ang namatay lang na valuable sa kanila is perhaps the Faceless Void, but
Faceless Void, yeah.
Faceless Void already did his job. Bem was the MVP of this game. Kung ako ang tatanungin ngayon, sino ang straight-up MVP ng game na to? Man,
It's gonna be
vote will
Bem.
have Bem. If not for his wonderful usage of that Chronosphere dun sa Roshan area, it wouldn't be possible.
And 88% win chance now on SEO. Habang tutuloy sila dito sa may baba, they wanna complete that mega creep dream dito sa game number 2.
It's all about
And-
dream.
Buyback, eto pre, buybacks. Isa lang yung may buyback sa side ng Signal Ultra Warriors.
Away. Okay.
Isa lang yung may buyback sa kanila. The Raw Ranger, yung walang buyback dito, but then the Skewer coming in as well. There goes the Roar. They're gonna catch Bem.
No!
Silence coming in, but look at Nando as he takes down James C real quick. Papasok sila. Fox on Aries. Aries is gonna get bursted down. Fox with a double kill.
Oh.
Papanga nila dun yung Juggernaut.
Even Nando gets away to safety. Nakita niya na
Tinabihan na
man up
siya.
naman. Tinabihan na siya, pero the
Tinabihan na
swap
siya.
from Ron, the communication from SEO was just wonderful. I wanna say, Signal Ultra Warriors, they try to go for that roar play. Kahit meron ng Echo Shell doon si Faceless Void, ginumit na lang din nila yung roar. They know na they absolutely need to stop the Chronosphere from happening, but in the end, hindi pa rin sila naligtas nun. And SEO are feeling it. Look at the damage,
Oh, that
BHM!
Chrono by Bem! Going after the Juggernaut! He is gonna get killed! He's gonna get bubbled! Wait lang! Freezing Field gagamitan agad dito, pero Abat, no way in the world para mabubuhay pa siya doon. And he doesn't have a buyback. GG's. He goes to disconnect. GG's. GG, well played. Game number 2. And eto na, SEI Olympians will break the streak of Signal Ultra Warriors.
Woo!
Omega National Champion.